Ah, 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 ah. Igual, a nadie. Pues sí, ya al no haber Silson, ya no haber Silson. Pero, ya llegué a cierto juego que pues podría tampoco no streamearlo como ya sea la mayoría de juegos que juego. Pero esta vez decidí streamearlo. Ok. Solo esta vez. Bueno, ¿cuál es solo esta vez? La cosa es de que de seguro este puto juego va a durar un montón de tiempo, loco. Un montón de puto tiempo. Pero bueno, al menos debería divertirme. Toma. Obviamente se veía en el pinche. Vete a la verga, música. No te quiero, no. Vete. Así el título, el dibujito también. Hecho por mí, lo que quieras. Pero bueno, vamos. La primera vez que hago el puto juego, así que. Se va a ver bien chilo. But the contents of the game in this collection is sí, this game supports okay. No hay Spanish. Bueno. No me importa. Es Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy. Voy a bajar un poco la música. Mayormente para mí. Ok. No para el stream, porque seguro el stream ya ni siquiera se ha de escuchar, pero igual. Language, voice. Oh, wow. Pues sí, voy a tener que jugar esto en English. Y lo más importante. Ay. Press previous page. Ay, qué pedo con esto. No. Confirm, quiero que sea E. Cancel, quiero que sea U. Press pre page. Sería Z. Go record next page. Entonces voy a poner esa en la X. Creo que no afecta a ninguno. No. Ok. Yes. ¿Por qué la E y la Q? ¿Por qué sí? Story mode. Turn this on to enable story mode and place it autoplay, allowing you to progress the game automatically without sin tener que jugar. My bombo. Cancelled. Oh, ok. Finish playing the game. O sea que con ese botón ya termino el juego. Wow. Bueno. Déjame ver cómo se ve el aspect ratio. No tengo trazado el pinche stream. Por razón. Bueno. Pues sí. Lo importante de este juego que voy a jugar es... Dios. Voy a subir un poco, ¿no? Lo importante de este juego, de por qué lo voy a jugar, no es solo porque pues tengo que jugarlo. Ya había jugado mira, aquí está. Había jugado primero el Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy y me lo pasé todo. Y pues ahora toca pues esto, que yo sepa lo siguiente. Quién sabe, pero igual. La razón de por qué lo juego, y especialmente en stream, es porque hago actuación de voz a todos los personajes. Ya no simplemente, ya ni simplemente la mayoría del tiempo dejaba a mujeres, no les hacía, bueno, excepto en Hollow Knight sí lo hacía, pero pues igual aquí no importa. Aquí sí. Así que va a haber muy mala actuación de voz, ok. Muy mala. Especialmente con mujeres. Ojalá tener a alguien que me acompañara aquí, ¿sabes? Pero no tengo a nadie. Así que pues bueno. Vamos. Episodes. Episode 1, Episode 2, Episode 3, Episode 4. Los New Game. Oh, estos son los diferentes. Dual Destinies. Period of Justice. Museum. Bueno, vamos a Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. New game. Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. Episode 1. Turnabout Trump. Siempre empiezan con la... What the fuck? Cartas. Showdown time. You lose. ¡Ah! Aquí mayormente no hago así como intento darles voces de una vez a quien sean, que sean los pendejos, porque luego ¿qué va? I seem to be in a bit of trouble. Something like that. Dead. Someone hit him hard. Me? Please. God should be here any minute. I'm in your hands. Come to that. Y pues va a ser actuación de voz, pero pues solo en inglés. El juego no está en Spanish, ok. April 20, 9:36 AM. This record Defender Love number 3. No voy a traducir nada. Una hueva. Ok. Podría, pero no voy a hacer. Apolo. Oh, el prota. Qué voz. Conozco a alguien que le daba una voz muy interesante. Pero pues... no está obviamente. Así que... Panicked. I'm sweaty. I can't admit it. I'm nervous. ¿Quién sabe? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, sir. You look tense, Justice. Wound up tight. What up, sir? No! I'm loose! I'm fine! A screeching noise. That's your voice. I suppose it's to be expected. Your first trial and it's a homicide. I guess justice doesn't start small, eh? I'm fine! I got about 5 years to do my course of Steel Boys workout. I'm fine! Ah, that explains it. I did detect a certain rasping quality to your screech. I overdid it again. As you know, your client today is a good friend of mine. I wouldn't want to let him down. If you get my drift. Drift got it, sir! I'm all over that drift! As it happens, I died with him the night of the murder. We can't let this case fall through. Yes! Yes, I'm fine, sir! One more thing. Don't say you're fine quite so much. People might take you the wrong way. I'll be preparing our case. You might want to introduce yourself to the client. My name is Apollo Justice. If it isn't clear already, I'm a new attorney. And today is my first trial. Not that I'm worried or anything. The defendant has been accused of murder. My boss wants to help him out, of course. And so do I! I mean, there's no way he didn't. Not him! No way! Whoa! Good, morning! Morning. It's all up to you today. First trial, nervous, meeting him, cardiac arrest. I think I'm supposed to say something. Help? So, you're... Fine! I'm fine! Ah, Mr. Fine, is it? I do remember you having an odd name. Well, we're off to a great start. Are you sure you're okay? I mean, with me? Mr. Gavin is a top-notch defense attorney. And he's your friend, so why? You'll see. Huh? You can do it. Confident? I'm really sorry this happened to you. I mean, This time, shall we? Yes, sir! No sé si se me escucha bien. Estoy seguro que sí. Bueno, probablemente sí. De hecho, sí le quité el... Sí. Bueno, ¿qué importa? Quizás sí le subo un tantito más al juego. Okay, I need to focus. First trial. Here comes justice! April 20, 10 a.m. District Court, Courtroom number 2. The court is now in session. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is, fine! I mean, ready, Your Honor! I'm going blank. Don't panic. Too late. Your name was Mr. Justice? And this is your first trial? Yes, Your Honor, but I'm fine, really. Are you quite sure? Your voice sounds a bit strange. Mr. Gavin? Yes, Your Honor. I was under the impression that you will be leading up this case. That was my intention, yes. However, a defense attorney must always see to his client's wishes. And my client specifically requested Mr. Justice. Well, of course he wants justice, but to entrust his case to this greenhorn. Why? I do not exaggerate when I say that you're the best defense attorney in town, Mr. Gavin. Okay, so Gavin's got trial experience, fine. Does he have course of steel? Then let's begin. The defendant may enter the courtroom. This is truly an unfortunate turn of events. I'm sorry we had to meet again under these circumstances. Long time no see. It's alright. Let's put the past behind us, shall we? These days, I'm merely Phoenix Wright, piano player. Mr. Wright, could this have happened? I won't speak of it further then. If the prosecution will be so kind as to explain the charges, Mr. Payne.
To think, I saw you enter this room afresh, Attorney, and now I'll see you live in chains.
Ah, Vincent Payne. So as ever, I see.
Ahem. The crime occurred at the Boris Ball Club, a Russian restaurant. The defendant, Felix Wright, took the victim, a customer, and he hit him, wham, on the head, smack, killed him cold.
A customer at the restaurant, you say? And the defendant, you say he was...
The pianist for the club, it seems.
Phoenix Wright, a pianist?
This is the weapon that took the victim's life, a bottle of grape juice. Grape juice is apparently your defendant's drink of choice.
Court accepts the daily bottle as evidence. Daily bottle added to the car record. Daily bottle. Grape juice bottle used as a murder weapon. Where's the defendant, Mr. Wright's print? Oh no. Something to note, Justice. All evidence is filed in the court record. Make a practice of checking it frequently. The court record. Right! I've heard of that! Use X to look at the evidence so far. Attorney's badge. How long did I yearn for one of these? Just putting it on makes me feel mighty. To me, it's an autopsy report. The time of death was around 2 a.m., April 17. Death caused by a single blow to the forehead. 2 a.m. 17 de abril. Sub-basement at the Boris Ball Club. Okay. Oh wow, 3D. Huh? There's a number inscribed at the back of the badge. There are many numbers like it, but this one is mine. Prove that I'm an attorney. To tell the truth, I get a happy feeling just inside just looking at it. Pero nada más. Cerebral hemorrhage result from blood trauma to the forehead. Shady Smith. Oh, Shady. Wow, buen nombre. Bueno. The grape juice bottle, sí. Grape juice. How long has it been since I tried grape juice? Apparently, it's Mr. Wright's favorite drink. I wonder how well it goes with Boris. Yeah. Para hacer un arma no está rota, ¿sabes? ¿Qué tan fuerte debe estar? Además, pensarías que tendrías... Bueno, no, tampoco tanto. Pero esperarías al menos algún crack en una botella que se usó para... Ya sabes. Bueno. ¿Dónde dice? Christoph Gavin. Basel Gavin Law Offices. A first-rate defense attorney and my trusted mentor. Phoenix Wright. Pianist at the Boris Ball Club. Formerly an ace defense attorney of some renown. Shady Smith. The victim in this case. A traveler only recently back in country. Winston Payne. The prosecuting attorney. All his experience lacks a certain presence. 61 años, mi bombo. I'm confident in your ability to handle this. Right, just use X. Well, it's time for some hands-on action. Dios, ya estoy perdiendo mi voz. So, the victim was a customer at this restaurant. Excuse, who was this, Shady Smith fellow?
We believe he was a traveler, Your Honor.
Traveler?
According to his passport, he had been out of the country for a number of years. He had only returned this country recently, though his place of residence isn't clear.
And he had some sort of connection with the defendant?
That, too, is unclear at the present, Your Honor. We believe they first met at the ball club the night of the crime.
If they had only just met, then why murder? Perhaps the victims lied the defendant's piano playing.
That doesn't appear to have been the case. No, the motive had nothing to do with the defendant's lack of playing skill. At least no piano playing. I'll let this photo explain what I mean. As we can see, a game of poker was in progress at the scene of the crime.
Wait a second. Isn't poker gambling? That's a crime in and of itself!
Indeed, it appears our defendant has fallen to become the basest sort of criminal.
Objection! Objection! Come on. It is true that the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim. Yet it was only then, a game, in the purest sense. A competition, Your Honor.
A competition?
Yes, a test of wits, a silent clash of passions. Only the cards, their backs wreathed in blue flame, know its final outcome.
Come again?
The cards on the table had blue backs, Your Honor. I believe the defense was waxing poetic in an attempt to mystify those present and impress women.
That will be your first order of business here then. To find out more about this fatal game of cards. Very well, defendant. You will testify to the court about the poker competition held the night of the crime.
My pleasure. This is it. First trial. Here goes nothing.
Witness testimony.
Competition. I'm a pianist by trade, but I can hardly play at all. My real job is to take interested customers over at the poker table. The room where we play in the competition in there are the club's main attractions. The rules are simple. We play a game of poker using 2 decks of cards. That's all it is. A game. And the customers are happy.
A pianist who can't play piano?
Better than the defense attorney who can defend.
Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination.
Right, Your Honor.
My first cross-examination. Don't blow it. Are you alright? Are you alright? You're sweating bullets.
Bullets? Where?
It's a figure of speech, Justice. Your voice sounds strained and raspy, too.
My brain feels strained and raspy, sir.
You watched me to perform cross-examinations many times. Though you've never done one yourself, have you? Care for a refresher?
What to do?
Ask Mr. Game for a refresher course in cross-examination. But I said I'm sorry. Especially this early in... this early in the game.
Yes, teach me! I know nothing!
Indeed. Your job, Justice, is to be mindful of the court record and the testimony. Look for inconsistencies in the testimony with what the court record tells you. When you've found an inconsistency, that's when you present the conflicting evidence from the court record with X.
But I didn't hear anything strange around the testimony just now.
A good sign that you need to press the witness with C for more information. Press him? Don't let the fact that he's a remarkable man hold you back. Get more information. Is Mr. Wright my client? Well, think you can do it?
Yes! Thank you, sir! I think I can do it!
I think you'd better, or we're going to have a problem. Just remember, find an inconsistency, any lies in the testimony, and reveal them to the court. That is cross-examination. Learn it, know it, do it. Inconsistencies, lies. Phoenix Wright.
As if! Phoenix Wright will never lie, it's up to me to prove it.
The defense may begin the cross-examination.
Cross-examination. Edition.
Hold it! You can hardly play?
Oh, I play sometimes. Customers demand it. So I play them one song. That's usually all they want. That's supposed to be a boss just now. The title of pianist is a mask. A respectable face that way for the world at large.
Then why are you really out the boss ball club?
Hold it!
They paid you to play poker? That would seem to be the case. I'm a professional after all.
But do I take pride in that statement? It's just hard for an honest, hard-working member of society like me to imagine.
Yes. Your imagination was always a bit limited, Winston.
But what?
I've played poker for 7 years in that little room. And I've never lost. Once.
What?
You see why the customers come now? Defeat the undefeated poker champion. Quite a draw. That is, I'm quite a draw.
Wait, you never lost once? Not even one time?
As I said, I'm a professional. He's played poker for 7 years and I lost once. Is that even possible? Show me the crime scene photo. It's an attraction? That's quite a story, actually. Ball Club used to be a gathering spot for black market types back in the day.
Black market?
Only the past. Seems like the black market are only on the silver screen nowadays. Suffice it to say that there were a lot of deals being made under the table. Right there in that room.
Smoking room, gambling hoods, you know. Just looking at this picture makes me feel bad.
The bosses gathered around the table cutting deals, safe from the eyes of the law. Meanwhile, a goon keeps watch through the small window. I can practically picture it now. That window. That window does look like it will be good for keeping an lookout for but little else. The room had a few other tricks to it. Though it was common knowledge to our regulars. At any rate, they come to play poker in a room steep in history. Despite the dark past, it was still good, just good, clean fun. Hey. No. Two decks of cards? A simple measure to prevent cheating. If you alternate two decks, no one can sleep in cards.
There's something else I noticed. In addition to the cards on the table, there are some lines cut out on the floor.
Precisely. Cards on the table, cards upon the floor. Each one forming a complete deck. A crime scene painted blue, with a sad sweep of cards. It's poetic, really. Incidentally, we use two types of cards at the club. one deck of cards was red, the other blue.
As I recall, in poker you make 5 card hands. I can see how it would be easy to cheat.
Yes, a game of hands.
This competition you're talking about. I believe they cover the sense nature of this game sufficiently.
That's right! It was a simple game after all.
Are you sure?
Huh?
People are not murdered over simple games, Mr. Justice. Defendant, you were in the room the very moment that the crime occurred. Yet you claim no connection to the crime.
Oh, that's strange.
What's strange?
I was testifying about the competition that night. Asking me about the crime at this point is against the rules, Your Honor. Of course, I expected to hear a cry of objection from the defense.
I completely that was live by.
Don't despair, Your Justice.
Sir?
Ryan, there's something I'd like made clear. Namely, your connection to the case at hand. And I'd like to hear it from you. Sure, why not?
Very well. The defendant will amend his testimony.
It's one little press. I've got myself a whole new testimony. I played silence regarding the murder, but I would say I never touched the murder weapon.
Hold it!
Silence! The defendant has the right to refuse to testify. I haven't forgotten everything about the law.
But why? That clearly puts you at a disadvantage.
And it's your job to turn that around in our favor, yes?
Great. I didn't have enough to do already.
Justice, didn't you detect anything odd about that testimony?
Huh? Wait. When he said the ring a little strangely. One thing. Now, what was it?
When you figure it out, I suggest presenting evidence. Evidence that contradicts the testimony.
Contradicting Mr. Wright's testimony? But why? I better check the court record. Can't imagine Mr. Wright lying in a testimony.
Isn't it a little early to become jumping to conclusions? This is your first cross-examination. Take it slow. If you need more information, don't forget to press.
Right! I got it! I'm fine! Time to listen to the testimony again.
Okay. Bam, 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 bam. Court record. Y esto que tiene que sus footprints.
Footprint!
Sus prints.
Objection!
Opening objection.
So you say you didn't touch the murder weapon? This grape juice bottle?
Right? So I said.
Something the matter, Mr. Justice?
Too bad our new defense attorney never learned how to play dumb.
What's this, Mr. Payne?
I examined the bottle in question, you see, and it was covered with the defendant's fingerprints.
Objection! No need to shout, Mr. Justice. I can hear you just fine.
Excess yelling can damage the judge's ears and our case.
But what about my course of seal? Anyway, what's so strange about fingerprints on a bottle in a restaurant?
Well, that's true. The prints alone don't prove it.
Objection! Oh, they wouldn't prove a thing if they were normal fingerprints. Huh? Huh? But the fingerprints of the murder weapon were upside down.
Upside down? What does that mean?
It means he was holding the bottle inverted, and there can be only one reason for that. Yes. To prank someone with the bottle. Ah!
La cara.
Mr. Gavin, I think things just took a turn for the worse.
Oh, I see no problem. Justice? Huh? The only thing that matters is the truth. There's a good reason for everything. You'll see.
Defendant, can you explain your fingerprints on this bottle to the court?
I stand by my plea of silence regarding the murder. For now.
Not very cooperative, are you? This could hurt your case.
I'm sure it's uncooperative because it's hiding something. There must be some reason.
Objection! Your Honor, you seem to have forgotten something.
And why might that be, Mr. Gavin?
On the night of the crime, who was it who reported the murder to the police?
Reported?
Well, that was the defendant, Mr. Wright. But still, that...
Really?
Yes, well, according to the case file, the murder was reported from near the scene by a call from the defendant's cell phone.
Near the scene?
Let's take a look at a diagram of the murder scene, shall we? The victim was murdered in a small room in a basement 2 floors down from ground level. Of course, cell phones can't get reception so far down. The defendant used the stairs in this hallway to go above ground. The call came from the first floor of the restaurant.
I see. And this is the phone that made the call? Right cell phone added to the court record. Right cell phone used by the defendant to notify the police from the restaurant's first floor. Vamos a ver esta cosa. Nada aquí, nada aquí. Oh. Wow! The battery's been held in with a piece of tape. You just buy a new one. You can afford it. But it just doesn't care. Bueno, no, nada más. The defendant could have just fled the scene of the crime if he so chose. Yet, he fulfilled his duty as a citizen and reported it to the authorities. And you claim he is being uncooperative?
Eric!
I say, Mr. Gavin, I better not waste this. I think the prosecutor has dealt with our client enough for the time being.
Do it! I assure you, no one is more serious about...
What was it you said? The defendant was in the room the very moment that the crime occurred. How can you possibly know this?
That's a good question. How indeed?
The answer is simple, Your Honor. The prosecution has a decisive witness.
You're as good as they say you are.
No one else was in the room the night of the crime. Must mean the witness the crime. Everything up till now has been a warm-up, Justice. Are you ready?
Very well. The prosecutor may call his first witness to this town.
The witness will state her name and profession.
Hold on just a moment. Where's the witness?
Sir Master, she has been frightened by the defense of demonic-looking horns.
So he's a little hair gel. Relax, people.
Have no fear. If any horns point in your direction, this court will cut them off.
¿Qué voz?
You are sure?
I swear on my gavel.
O como se diga. O gavel, no sé.
Please, come out.
Isn't it violence against hair crime, Your Honor?
Well, if you're sure it is okay.
Now, the prosecution. What the fuck? Wait a minute! Will the prosecutor care to explain the witness's, paraphernalia?
Yes. She's a professional, Your Honor. Those are merely the tools of her trade.
And that will be?
My name is Olga Orly. I am employed as waitress in Washbowl Club restaurant.
Then, by the camera.
Of course, it is my pride to emboss that is name in restaurant. But I also perform, how is it said? Other service.
I take it one of these other services taking the customer's pictures.
Debería poner un acento ruso.
Nah. Like, for example, this one.
Madres.
That's the defendant?
Indeed, on the night of the murder. Many White Hat is one who has gone kaput.
Indeed, that is a victim. Order! Order! This is quite a piece of evidence to casually drop into our laps.
It is the same way as I drop cold water in laps of customers. Casually.
Then the court will casually accept this new evidence.
Olga's photo is added to the court record. Ay, puta madre. Dice.
Now, witness, where were you at the time of the murder?
Quiero ver. Nada más. The defendant and Mr. Smith at the Boar's Ball Club. La cosa no se puede mover, ¿verdad? Pues aquí están comiendo. Están jugando cartas. Aunque no creo, no es en el mismo cuarto, es donde está el piano. Solo le está hablando. Ahí están las botellas de de jugo de uva. ¿Por qué específicamente una botella de una botella ya que está al lado del Shady Smith? No está pinches enfocada. ¿Por qué? Bueno, no me importa. Olga Orly, the witness in this case, a Russian waitress at the Borscht Ball Club.
I was in room, the hideout we call it.
Excuse me? The hideout?
It is rumored famous gangster bad guy was arrested. His rumored murder took place.
What?
Your look of utter surprise. It is lovely. It will post by column door later for you. The photos will be numbered and you will write which ones you want a copy of.
So there were 3 people in the room at the time of the crime. The victim, Shady Smith, Mr. Ryan, and Olga Orly. A witness. If Mr. Wright isn't the killer, that means...
Very well. Witness, you will testify to the court about that night's events.
Witness testimony. That fateful night.
That night, customer asked me to deal cards for game. It was cold. Both players played with cats on the victim. He plays whole time with his hand on locket at his neck. Then last time he's done, something terrible has happened. The man flew at victim and strangled him to death.
Strangle him?
Incidentally, who won the game?
Isn't it obvious? The winner was the victim, Mr. Smith.
Objection! That's ridiculous! Because Mr. Reichel... Justice. Maybe you can come up with a more legitimate objection. But he hadn't lost in 7 years!
Take it from me, kid. It happens. I didn't lose a case my first 7 years as prosecutor either. Incidentally, I have some evidence here.
Verga. 3 reyes. 3 reyes, 2 haces. Y el Finis tenía 3 7, 2 haces, ok.
Oh! These are the poker chips that delay the very moment of the crime. The hanging chips on this side belong to the defendant, Mr. Wright. Those on the far side belong to the victim, Mr. Smith.
Shapes, you say?
Yes! Imagine that poker is war. Your hand is your army and the ships are the spoils.
I know that. After all, in my youth I was known as the poker head of courtroom number 3.
I think it means poker face.
Looking at this picture, it does seem that most of the ships are on the victim's side of the table. Very well, the defense may cross-examine the witness.
Aquí está. Chips photo. Defendant and victim chips when crime took place. Ahí está la botella. Está del lado del de este. Bueno, digamos de que sí la agarró. Falta la otra. La otra mano. Obviamente estaría en el piso. Las fichas están movidas. Espera, entonces. Si se cayó unas cartas, ¿no se habrán movido las fichas también? Bueno. The cross-examination. That fateful night. Hold it! You were dealing cards. Do you do this often?
Nah, I am doing this. Customer wishes it. I serve anything. Borscht cards, more borscht.
O como se diga.
It is my work. It is my work.
It's good to hear of a place that hasn't forgotten the meaning of service.
Welcome you to Borscht Ball Club, where borscht is as form as the waitresses.
Thank you for handing out flyers with the cross-examination. It's already April. How could it be cold?
At Borscht Ball Club, we have minor authentic Oh, at Boris Local, we have pride on authentic Russian restaurant theme. Outside it is city in spring, but inside it is always as cold as Mother Russia.
Why am I going there?
When it comes to Hortburst, cold is best seasoning, eh?
Is Locket?
I believe it was good luck charm, da? He gripped in many times as he played at night.
Yes, he must have felt as though it might carry him to the moon and the stars.
¿Cuál charm? A ver, déjame ver. Mira lo que tiene en el pinche cuello. Ya no lo tiene aquí. No sé si quería hacer esa conclusión. Bueno.
Oh, if it were small enough to fit around his neck, you wouldn't have much left.
The defense would like a clarification. This is a lucky we're talking about? I mean, a pendant with a picture in it, right? Not a rocket?
Of course! I knew that! It was probably a pendant shaped like a rocket. That's why she called it that.
No, a lock is a locket. It doesn't...
It's considered bad form to poke at the heart of hearing in our society.
Hard of hearing or hard of understanding.
So, what happened next?
I don't know.
Hold it!
Something terrible?
The defense will refrain from needless shouting.
Sorry. I just seriously considered this bucket drinking thing.
Now, Miss Orley, can you tell us what happened? Oh, I was frightened. I trembled with fear.
Hold it! But the defendant will never do such a thing.
Well, now, I can't say I've ever heard the defense try this tactic.
If possible, please, refrain from embarrassing me.
Still, why will anyone do something like this over a game of poker?
Perhaps it is because the defendant has lost game? Yes, a crushing defeat for a man they undefeated. So it always is with men like him. Winners, sweetie. There's always men like him. Winners make sore losers. Oh, how the mighty fall.
Go ahead. I believe you know what it is you need to do.
Right, sir. Leave it to me.
There were only 3 people in the room at the time of the murder. The victim, Shady Smith, Mr. Wright, and Mr. Wright isn't the killer.
I've got you now, Orley.
Oh, no. A ver. Dice que lo estranguló, pero se murió. Según la autopsia, dice que se murió por un putazo en la frente. Ahora, otras cosas que estaban diciendo sobre de que perdieron. Las cartas acabaron en el piso. Pero ¿por qué no las otras? Y perfectamente ahí. Como está diciendo con las fichas, probablemente se movieron. Además de que la otra pinche mano no está movida en lo absoluto. Bien y... bueno, quién sabe. Ya veremos. Pero lo que sí tengo que presentar es esto.
Objection!
Oh, really? Strangle, you say? That's odd.
Normal customers only shock and burst.
No, I mean this report shows that the victim died of a blow to the head. Okay.
Miss Orley! Really now? Did you witness a crime?
La virga. O cazote como Spider-Man.
Looking at the picture, it doesn't seem like he was hit. He's still wearing his hat and everything.
Yet, it is a fact that he was hit, Your Honor.
Se ve como el avatar. My bumbo.
Here's a photo we took of the victim with his hat after your investigation.
Y no, ya no tiene el collar.
Well, that's quite shocking, isn't it? This head certainly was hit.
Deja. Ya no tiene el de este, no hay nada más que ver. Aunque la barba es un tantito diferente. Bueno.
But I have seen it happen. The defendant, he launched at victim, his neck.
Oh really, Miss Orley? I think I got you in your own lie this time. Justice, I admire your enthusiasm, but perhaps you should think this through once more.
What do you mean? A photo contradiction.
There's one thing in the testimony that troubles me.
Very well. It seems we should continue the cross-examination.
Such a thing stink too much. His horse is dead. Stop beating it.
There's such a thing as thinking aloud too much, too.
There's such a thing as thinking aloud too much, too. Ahora sí lo...
After the defendant tried to strangle victim, he hit him with bottle.
You didn't say anything about hitting before!
So sorry. I must be forgetting this.
Witness, you will take great care of your testimony.
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor. And that clears up the discrepancy with the autopsy report, I believe. The defendant made to struggle his victim, then changed his mind. And chose a simpler bloody means to do the job. Yes, that sums it up nicely.
So he strangled him, then hit him?
He's fishy about all this.
Go ahead. I believe you know what it is you need to do.
Right, sir! Leave it to me!
Only 3 people in the room at the time. Aquí tengo varias cosas. Uno, dice que la víctima jugó con su mamada en el cuello, pero obviamente se ve de que no lo tiene en este momento. Ni aquí, pero no creo que funcione de contradicción porque, bueno, sí. No creo que eso sea lo que me ocupe hacer. Y lo más importante esto. No sé si debería decir que pues no tiene ninguna puta forma de golpe esta cosa, The bottle is completely empty. Y seguro es que es la misma porque este tiene el corcho o lo que sea. Bueno. No es.
Objection! Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence.
It does? I don't see anything contradictory.
You sure about that?
Objection overruled. Try to think before you make accusation, Mr. Justice.
That didn't go so well.
Bam 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 bam. ¿Sí será esto? Oh, see?
Objection! You know, there was one curious part in the testimony, just like Mr. Gavin said. But what does it mean?
Mr. Justice, will you care to explain what it is you're thinking so intensely about?
Recall this testimony, Your Honor. The victim played with his hand and locked it at his neck. I believe she said.
I hope you aren't about to raise an objection to the witness grammar.
No. No, but look at this photograph. Do you see a locket on the victim's neck? Well done, Justice. I'm impressed. I knew you'd be able to handle this. But what does it mean?
If we are to believe this witness's testimony, says.
No.
Says that the locket disappeared following the victim's death.
Lockets don't just disappear, Your Honor. It's quite simple when you think about it. The locket is gone. Someone must have taken it off, no? Taking it off? Wait, you don't mean... The defendant wasn't strangling the victim at all. He was taking it off his locket. Wouldn't that explain it?
Oh! The defendant! What do you have to say to this? Say? You say?
Yes?
I just noted this, but
Tiene collar.
you got something hanging around your neck, don't you?
Oh? You mean this? Yes, it's a locket. The photograph inside. A photo. My daughter.
Come again? Mr. Wright, you have a daughter?
We confirmed it at the time of the arrest. The picture of the locket is indeed Mr. Wright's daughter.
So Mr. White has a locket, too? And I buy that this is just a coincidence.
Well now, if the results of this poker game led to the murder, perhaps we shall hear a bit more about the outcome of the game.
Further testimony will really be necessary. It's clear the defendant lost. Badly.
Miss Holly, you will testify to the court about the gameplay between the victim and defendant.
Nah. No sé. No soy bueno con esto. Serious competition.
The game began with 3,500 pointing chips for each man. House chips come in two sizes, small and large. The one who was winning, it was victim. For less hand, defendant play with all chips on table and lose. The moment loss was decided, the defendant grabs bottle from table and...
Indeed, looking at this picture, it does seem to be a one-sided game.
As the court knows, poker was the defendant's life. Failure must have been a bitter pill to swallow.
Ah, how many times have I heard these words? I done it in a fit of anger, yet you're an a common tale, but true.
Methinks the judge watched too many old current movies. Mr. Razzini hasn't lost in 7 years, so this testimony must be wrong.
Hold it!
Are those the usual starting points? Are any special rules used?
No, not special. Usual game, usual rules.
If each man began with 3,500 points, and the total will be, exactly 7,000 points.
Yes, this is calculus. Not even long division.
Hold it!
Are the ships in this photo all the ships that were used?
Of course.
Someone is fishy with these ships. Could I press harder? Maybe you could explain a bit about these ships.
Explain? What is there to be explained? Objection!
Poker ships are poker ships. They are not fishing ships. Not a ship of the old block, not a motorcycle club, not
Thanks. I'd better ask us something. What are these ships worth? Are they in dollars? Or rubles even?
Yet, as I have been saying before, it was game, not gambling. Hard perhaps for capitalists to understand. Two types of ship, 100 points ship and 1000 points ship. It is not money, da.
Justice. Sir! Don't you find her comment interesting? In more ways than one, sir. And I've been added to her testimony myself.
Well, does the defense want the witness to add to her testimony?
Yes, I do think this deserves further quantity. Add it to the testimony. I wish I knew where I was going with this.
Very well. Witness, if you will be so kind.
Da, Your Honor.
Dos. Ajá. Quita así grande es. Que me van a pedir que haga la cuenta. Ok. A ver, tenemos. La grande supongo que son 1000. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. 3, 6, 9, 10. 10,000. What? What? ¿Qué no eran? 3,500 entre los dos. Oh, no. What? Hold it! Mr. Gavin said this testimony is important. To be honest, I have no idea why.
Mr. Justice, do the court a favor and think of what you want to say before raising your hand. We are not in kindergarten.
Sorry, I'm fine. I better think of something to ask. Quick! The two types of ships.
Da?
The small ones are 100 and the big one 1000. Right? Right, of course. Ha! Don't waste our time.
Is that all?
Yeah. Wait, Mr. Guy made me stop her, and now the one who looks dumb. Oh, Justice. Please try not to embarrass me like that. Huh? Who? Me? There's a clear contradiction in the information you have in your hand. What? It's a simple matter of calculation. Go on, try it. Entonces sí, quieren que haga matemáticas. Bueno, ya lo hice. No pinches, son más de los 7,000. We're not in kindergarten after all. Calculation. Bueno, pues ahorita regreso a esto con... Voy a pinches presear esto. Pero primero voy a ver lo demás. You're telling me that Mr. Wright, undefeated for 7 whole years, was losing?
Da, it must have been most lucky day for him. I am glad I did not take other picture of him. It would break your camera, certainly. The ships, they went always to victim's side of table.
So you're telling us it was a one-sided game?
Da, one-sided and...
Last hand?
It was largest point of any hand. The defendant's hand. It was excellent. He tried to use it to take victory from behind.
It appears that both the defendant and the victim's hands are in this picture. That is truly an excellent hand. However, so is the victim's. What?
One with highest number wins, so the defendant loses.
The victim, Mr. Smith, had a stronger hand than the defendant and crushed him. I believe that explains what occurred next.
What cards laid down on table, it happened.
¡Hold it! man? What happened next?
Even to think of it now, I'd shaken the rainbow. I did not believe such a thing would happen.
What such thing?
Please, you must believe. I had no idea. How could such thing occur?
What such thing?
Yet. The defendant had been hit, victim. I saw it all happen right before me. I saw water coming down on victim's head.
Decisive, isn't it, Your Honor? I witnessed saw the very moment of the crime.
Remember, your first goal is to gather information.
Yes, sir.
A contradiction. Here comes justice. Wow. Vamos a ver. Objection! You sure you was the victim of one? Absolutely sure?
Objection! It seems our new attorney's a bit confused. A glance at the picture is enough to tell you who won, if you're not in kindergarten.
Just for safety's sake, could you explain the problem in the court?
Of course, Your Honor. In this photo, I see small ships and I see large ships. Tell me, which were worth 1,000 points?
Why, the big ones, of course. Duh.
Oh, I thought so too. But then the total don't add up.
The totals?
Let's review what the witness told us. Each man started with what 3,500 each points in ships. Quizás debería decir 3,500, así es mejor, pero igual. And the combined total value of the ship was 7,000 points.
Yes, if my calculations are correct. Let's see, 3 plus 1 = 5.
They are, Your Honor. Now, look at this photo that allegedly shows all the ships. The big ships are worth 1,000 points and small ships are worth 100. And you add them up.
How much is it?
Yourself. Not in kindergarten, are you? 10,600 points. The ships don't add up. This clearly contradicts the witness's testimony.
But why? How could this be?
A ver, vamos a hacer una pequeña mirada. Vamos a pensar que los chiquitos son 1000 por alguna razón. 1000, 2000, 3000, 4000. No, ya incluso, loco. Incluso. Entonces, sí, eso de que cada pinche ficha es. ¿Cómo se dice? Bueno, ya sabes. Exactly, Justice. Now that you know the what, you must determine the why. Right. There's only one possible way to explain this contradiction. Starting points were wrong. O sea, quizás. This calculation makes the answer clear. If the total combined points at the table was 10,600, then each man started the night with 5,300 points.
5,300. That's a rather half-baked score I wish to start a game.
Justice. Different starting points really change anything. Eh?
It seems the defense's objection was even more half-baked than the score.
Uh-oh. Damn, back into the kitchen. Your thing here is the number of ships, right, Mr. Gavin? Why are you asking me? Just in case? Justice, it's your case I'm concerned about. If you're wondering about the ship, just look at the photograph. It's all there. Even our judge with his fallen eyes that could count them. That's not the only thing I need to judge.
Let me ask you again.
Okay. This man began the game with 3,500 points. If all the ships are indeed shown in this photograph, then there can be only one answer.
Well, what is it?
The value of the ships.
was the other way around.
What?
Want to know what I think? The small ships were worth 1,000 points, not the big ones.
Madness! Utter madness!
Show me the photograph of the ships again. There are 6 small ships.
Claro, no estaba. Ah, sí. 1000, 2000, 3000, 4000, 5000, 7000. Ah.
There are 6 small ships and 3 large ships. Why, that does make 7,000 points when you add them up.
Excellent work, Justice. It's almost as though you've figured it out by yourself. Well, I'm just glad it was the one who said it.
Objection! But wait! The value of the ships may be different, but that changes nothing!
Indeed, the victim didn't have the large number of ships still. Oh!
Exactly. If the small ships are 1000 points and the large ships are 100, let's do a little math. Add up the points for each side of the table.
The victim, Mr. Smith, had 2,900 points.
Déjame leer.
4,100 points.
Well now. It seems that Mr. Roy was winning that night after all.
That's impossible!
My client had even less reason to kill the victim. After all, he was winning!
Yeah!
Now, Miss Orley, you must have known the true value of the ships, since you were there at the scene of the crime. Weren't you? Otra vez.
Order! Order! It appears our defendant has lost his motive, and Mr. Wright's supposed defeat never happened. We must now ask ourselves whether we can trust.
¿Quién dice holding? Oh, ella.
Excuse me? What is it, Miss Orley?
I didn't want to be saying this, but actually, you see, see what, Miss Orley? What do we see? In the last hand, there was sheet. A cheat? You don't mean a trick?
Wait, what do you mean? A scam?
They are all the same thing.
Yes, there was cheat in last hand. That is why game ends with sheep as they are.
Great, just great. First we have lying, now cheating. Well, this case certainly has taken a turn. For the interesting...
Witness, you will please testify to the court. Tell us about this cheating in the final hand.
Witness testimony.
The last hand, both men at full house. There is four of each card in deck, from ace to king. If you look at both men's hands, sheet is more obvious. The next moment, game becomes argument that the defender's trick was exposed. He took bottle in his hand. Poor Mr. Smith.
Miss Orley! Why did you not tell the court about this from the very beginning? I thought it smelled like cover up here. Oh, folks, it's time to draw back the covers.
A full house is a very high-scoring hand. Not easy to make, in my experience.
That alone is enough to suspect less than scrupulous tactics.
Mr. Gavin, what's a full house?
Lawyers these days. You don't know your poker?
I can say this bodes well for your case or career.
What is this, some kind of secret code poker ring? Justice, you know the terms one pair, two pair, and three of a kind, yes? Yeah, no problem. Two cards with the same number makes a pair, and three makes a three of a kind. Good. Now picture a hand with one pair and one three of a kind. ¿Por qué están explicando esto? No creo que el jugador promedio no sepa que es un full house. ¿Sabes? That's a full house. That doesn't sound very easy to make, does it?
You can see his player's hand in this photo.
Wow. Those are full houses.
We forget, there's an easy way to make a full house and go undefeated for 7 years. A sheet.
Ahem. The defense may cross-examine the witness.
He cheated in the last hand. Still leaves one important question. Mr. Wright lost that hand. Never heard of a professional conman losing with a sheet.
Final hand.
Bam, bam. Just how hard it is to make a full house anyway.
It is quite hard, da. It is making a pair and a three of kind at same time.
I guess that's right.
Very difficult to be sure. You can take my word as a poker head. Of course, number 3.
Poker head.
Very difficult, da. But it's not impossible.
Okay, full house hard. This line of questioning, a waste of time.
Oh!
4 of each card, you say?
Da. Da. There is one spade, one diamond, one heart, and one club for each card. It is interesting fact that this number 4 counts for number of seasons.
Huh, you don't say.
And did you know that the cards are number 1 to 13? Add all the cards in a deck and you get 364 a year.
You don't say. Isn't that one day short?
That's why each deck has 2 jokers. They say the second joker stands for the leap year. Thus you have a perfect representation of the year, all in a deck of cards.
Huh, you don't say. We're going to be in this corner for a year if it keeps going like this. How was it clear?
Nah, well, the defendant, he played a 5th ace.
A 5th ace?
I still remember both hands very well. Mr. Smith has 3 aces. And Mr. Wright's 2.
Obviously, cheating was afoot, or perhaps I should say, a hand.
Your Honor, perhaps this can be added to the testimony, without Mr. Payne's joke.
Very well. The witness will add this to the testimony. Please.
Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces and Mr. Wright's 2. It is 5 aces in all.
Hold it!
A 5th ace?
Da! It should not exist, no? I still remember both hands very well.
Bam bam. Okay.
Mr. Smith has 3 aces. And Mr. Wright's 2.
Well, where did this card come from then?
Perhaps we should ask the defendant that very question. Adding cards to a deck is no less serious a taboo then. Unfortunate evidence in a court of law.
Now, perhaps it's time for you to say something, Justice.
You bet! I have no intention of staying quiet. Not me, no, sir!
I'll find some contradiction evidence fast. The testimony keeps changing. Now she says the defendant cheated.
Actually, yes.
Puta madre. Let's get the truth about this cheating first, shall we?
Right, leave it to me. Hold it!
Do you recall what the men were arguing about?
Da! I believe so. The victim, he shouts, "You are a cheater!" And then the defendant shouts something like, "I have objection."
Shouting objection, eh? All habits are hard to break. First he bluffed his way through the courtroom, now he bluffs his way through life. Objection!
However, Mr. Wright lost the hand. That seemed to cast a shadow of doubt on Mr. Smith.
Humiliation from losing even when cheating. That is what set fire to the defendant's heart.
So what did the flaming defendant do next?
He took bodily needs.
Ah, no, claro, ya lo leí.
Hold it!
My bottle, are you referring to this?
Da! The defendant uses this bottle to...
This behavior is an admission of cheating by the defendant.
But why use a grape juice bottle?
You'd be surprised on what can be used as a weapon.
This juice is recommended... This juice is recommended to Reinforceable Club. Da! This year's vintage is remarkable for its hefty flavor.
Be enough to brain a grown man, apparently. And she says it was a serious competition. She says there was cheating.
Actually, yes, I noticed that.
Es lo mismo. Now, now, but now, but now, 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 now. Now, now, but now, now. Now, 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 but now, now. But now, now, but now, 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 now. Now, now. Now. Now, 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 now. Now, now. Now, now. Now, 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 now. Now, now, bow now, now, bow now, now, now. Espera, what? ¿Dónde está el as aquí? Yo veo 4. ¿Acaso se puta se equivocó? A ver, déjame, vuelvo a ver. Vuelvo a ver. Ah, ok. ¡No! ¿What? No, sí. Ah, tiene 3 reyes y 2 ases, entonces está equivocando. Está equivocando de que... Objection! It appears the witness is mistaken.
Mistaken? But my name...
But... Look, this piece of evidence clearly contradicts what you said in your testimony.
Not. The photo of the ships, is it not?
Justice, perhaps you ought to explain your point in a way that the judge can comprehend. In other words, use your finger to point out your point.
Yes, please point out the contradiction in this photo. What particular point contradicts the witness's testimony?
Take that! Miss Orley, in your testimony, you made the following claim. Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces. But as you can clearly see, the victim's hand only held 2 aces.
Eee! Objection! Well, maybe the winner was simply confused. Perhaps it was the defendant hand that held the 2 aces in question.
Objection! Take another look at the evidence. As you can see, the defendant also had 2 aces in his hand. Where's his 5th ace? I see cheating alright, and it's going on right here in this courtroom.
2 aces in each player's hand. Thus make 4 aces total. Hardly proof of cheating.
Wait! Please! It is true! I have seen it! The 5th ace! There was cheating, I swear to you!
That's odd. Oh. That's odd. She must be lying. She's the most sincere I've seen her all day. You're right to trust your instincts. Mr. Gavin? Who knows what lies in store for us in the trial ahead? Your Honor, if I may, I have a suggestion.
What might that be, Mr. Gavin?
If you don't mind, perhaps we might examine the actual cards.
The cards?
Mr. Payne.
Yes?
The player's hand and knife were set aside as evidence, were they not? The defense would like to request that the cards be shown to the court.
Very well. The prosecution will submit this evidence. Which will you examine? The victim's cards or the defendant's cards?
These cards don't prove cheating what's going on. Nothing will. Now, which of these hands is more suspicious? Was the victim's hand that changed over the course of the witness's testimony? The defense requests time to examine Mr. Smith's cards.
Very well. Mr. Payne, if you would.
Very well. Receive the evidence. Victim's hand. Hell times are wasting. Get to it, Justice, okay?
Victim Smith's hand. I was left at the scene. A full house. Only one of these cars has blue back. I'm much more of a red guy myself. Blue is so not red, you know? Car backs are red. For some reason I thought they were using blue backed cars in the final hand. Yes, sir! Oh, pues ya los examiné. When examining evidence, be sure to view it from all sides and angles. Try using eso to tune in every wish, and B and M to zoom in and out. That should give you a better perspective of the case. Okay, let's do this. Ya lo hice, mamá. Otra vez me van a ver a pinches. What the fuck? ¿Qué no? Ah, le estoy aplastando la B. Ajá, sí, ya leí todo. Ya leí todo. Huh? Which was it now? ¿Qué decía? No leí. Didn't you, Mr. Gavin? Espera, déjame leer. Ahí está, sí. What? Your Honor! Look at this! One of the victim's cards! The back is a different color!
That's impossible! But I put that card in Fred's hand. Ah!
What was that, Miss Hurley?
Niet! I merely said
Your Honor?
Mr. Gavin, yes?
Tell me, what is the easiest way to cheat at poker?
To cheat?
I'll tell you. One merely needs a friend, a comrade, shall we say. The dealer.
Oh!
Wait, so you mean this witness, Miss Hurley? She's a cheater. A professional, I wager.
Yeah.
Order! Order!
Focus, Justice. Time to take advantage of her. I mean, hombre, my bombo, I mean, over mistake. Your Honor, please recall the testimony which is heard.
That's impossible! But I put that card in Fred's hand.
Oh, here you go. Miss Olga only conspired to sin. Not with my client, but with the victim, Mr. Shady Smith. Not only did she cheat, she cheated poorly. Therefore, it's not hard to imagine a altercation between her and the victim.
What?
Wait, you don't mean the defense isn't accusing the witness, Miss Olga Orley, are you?
For justice, there were 3 people in the room at the time of the incident, and Mr. Ron isn't guilty. That means I am. The defense accuses the witness, Mrs. Olga Orley, of murder. Espera. What the fuck? Aún cayeron perfecto. My bombo.
Mr. Payne, where is your witness, Miss Olga Orley?
It appears she has lost consciousness, Your Honor.
Mr. Justice,
Your Honor,
it seems you presented a new possibility to the court. One suggesting a connection between the witness and the victim, Mr. Smith.
that means
This court cannot pronounce a verdict for the defendant this time.
what? I did it. I held out.
I see no point in prolonging the trial this day. The prosecution will need to make further inquiries.
Objection! Objection! Mr. Wright? You can't end the trial here, Your Honor. Not yet.
What nonsense is the defendant spewing now?
Think. One of the cars had a different color back. Don't you wonder what it means?
Objection! What are you doing, Mr. Wright?
Pressing objections right when you're about to get off the hook? Ridiculous!
Mr. Payne, you of all people should know. Mr. Wright has a talent. For the ridiculous! Perhaps we should get to the bottom of things. Let's clear up the facts about the game that fateful night. As was said before, we alternate between 2 decks of cards that night.
That was said before.
The 2 decks at the club have different colored bags, blue and red. 1 color per deck. I use different colored bags. If we use the same color, 2 decks might get mixed. If you use different colors, they still got mixed up. We used the red deck for the last game. I see, but that's odd. For some reason, I have this impression that you were using the blue cards. Yeah, me too. Just someone said something about blue cards.
Whatever. In the end, one color, the wrong color, got into the mix. Which means there was cheating.
Yes. A cards leave it to the deck. A cards leave it to the deck will seem to indicate cheating. Yet, this card raises 2 serious questions. Apollo?
Yes?
Let's consider the first question, shall we? Think. In the last game, when was the card swapped?
When?
There are 3 broad possibilities here. It could have been swapped before the murder, during the murder, or after the murder.
Well, yeah. This was the news bulletin, Mr. Wright. Of course it was swapped.
Oh? It might be as simple as you think, Mr. Bain. Or it might not be. I'd like to hear what Apollo thinks first. When do you think the cards were swapped? When was the card swapped into the deck?
Perhaps it happened after the murder? Objection! What's that? Ridiculous! What's the point of shooting after the hands have been shown? That's silly. Objection! Yes, but tell me, how do you swap cards during the game? I'll take silly over impossible. Objection! Take it from me, son. There's a lot of silly in this world, but very little impossible. Oh? You know what, the backs of the cards are a different color? If you pull that during the game, you'll be caught in no time.
Oh, quite true. That would mean that the blue card in question was swapped after the hands were shown. After the murder.
Objection! Okay, this is going past silly and straight on to crazy. I ask again, what's the point of sitting after the game's over? Who will do that?
Oh, indeed. That's one of the mysteries before us.
There's another?
Yes, a simple yet decisive question must be asked. Who swapped the red card for a blue card?
Who?
The game and the murder is done. The victim is dead. Only 2 remain in the room. Alive, that is. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and our witness, Olga Orley. Okay, so who was it that swapped the red card for a blue? A ver, Phoenix, según había ido al segundo o al primer piso. Olga, quién sabe, pero si llegó alguien más, pues a ver qué dice alguien más. The one who saw the cards was Mr. Wright, of course, and well, it doesn't seem like it could have been Olga Orley either.
What are you suggesting?
That's hardly a logical conclusion, I mean. As a defense, I think it only makes sense for you to name Miss Orley at this point.
Yes, I know. But she was the one with the other cards, right? I just can't believe she will make the mistake of swapping the wrong color card.
And if the card was swapped during the game, it'll be obvious. Something you'd like to share with the court, Mr. Wright?
Oh, my apologies, Your Honor. I was just thinking how much fun all this is.
Objection! Fun? How about confusing? I have no idea what the defense is claiming, Your Honor. If the one who saved the crowd wasn't the defendant, and it wasn't Miss Orley, then who was it?
Yeah, well, that is the question, isn't it? Precisely. Huh? I believe we're about to see this case take a new direction. Putazo le da el micro. Acércate más, micro. Hola.
A new direction?
We'll find that, in the end, after the murder, someone swapped one of the cards in the victim's hand. And that someone made two critical mistakes. I'm sure you're going to tell us that the first was swapping the wrong color card, because the one who did the swap didn't know two colors of cards were being used. The other mistake was the number on the card. Right. A person replaced the fifth ace with a king. I'm sure whoever swapped it wasn't expecting there to be a fifth ace after all. All they knew was that the game had been won with a full house. So they picked up a king from the table and swapped it in.
Objection! But there's one problem. According to our case record, this person doesn't exist.
True, not until now. But you have to admit the possibility of a fourth person. Though it's more than a possibility. It was someone else there that night at the scene of the crime.
What?
I believe they just spoke truthfully earlier. You do make trials. Ridiculous, Mr. Wright.
This trial has proceeded on one central assumption, namely that at the time of the incident there were only 3 people in that room.
I believe this new evidence, shall we say, overturns that assumption.
The problem is that you chose to conceal this information for the court.
I suppose that is a problem, yes.
Court is adjourned for a brief recess. Mr. Gavin, I'll see you in my chambers during this recess.
Certainly, Your Honor.
Very well. The trial will resume in 20 minutes.
April 20, 11:52 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. That was quite unexpected, Mr. Wright. There's only claim there was another person at the scene of the crime like that. I must ask, is it the truth? Well now, I think you will know the answer to that. Being mysterious, are we? Sadly, I have no time for mysteries. I'd only ask that you leave the defendant to your defense in the future. Otherwise, I cannot guarantee the outcome. I see you haven't mellowed out one bit, Christoph. Justice.
Yes, sir!
The judge has summoned me to his chamber, so carry on without me. You did well, Apollo.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
That locket you wear. Is that really yours, Mr. Wright?
You're wondering about the victim's disappearing locket? Here, you can take a look at it. There's a picture of my daughter in there. Well,
I'm just surprised to hear you had a daughter.
most people are. Perhaps you meet her one of these days.
One more question. The one who cheated that night, was it you?
What do you think?
Huh?
You know what happened 7 years ago? What I did. Not unreasonable for you to think I might cheat.
I never! Honest! But it's odd that he managed to go undefeated for 7 whole years.
Want to know something? There's only one game where you can be dealt bad cards all night and still win. Poker. You see, poker is all about reading your opponent. In that way, it's a lot like a court case.
Poker? It's like trial law?
Figure what your opponent is thinking and you win.
Well, yeah, but that's harder than it sounds.
I think not. Try as they might to conceal it, and what reveals the true thoughts in the end. Their body language can become a valuable source of information.
You're kidding!
The witness, for instance, Miss Orley. She will touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice?
No. Come on, don't notice that. Words, habits, twitches. It's all information for the reading. That's the secret to winning, Apollo. Someone told me, and now I pass the secret on to you.
But I'm not worthy. I mean, there's no way I'll pick up on these signals.
No, you can do it. Huh? You just don't know it yet.
What's he talking about?
But you will. Soon. Ah, almost forgot. One more thing. About this case. You should know I haven't told the truth to anyone yet.
What? I knew it.
I have my reasons, of course. All shall be revealed. And Apollo, I need you to be there, defending me. I need your power.
My power?
I have no idea my cause is here with that special. It's time. The real trial begins now. Do your best.
¿Cuál? No, nunca me dijiste. Oh, mi pinche cuello. Ah.
Ahí está. Save your current progress. Yes. Yes. No. Ahí está. Continue on to the next chapter. April 20, 12:14 p.m. District Court. Hora number 2.
Court will now reconvene. Has our witness, Miss Olga Aldin, recovered?
Yes, Your Honor. Well, she's regained consciousness.
Perhaps we can hear a version of the events again.
That's the thing. You see, she's quite fatigued.
You're looking a bit fatigued yourself, Mr. Payne.
Apparently, fatigue is sufficient grounds for his refusing to testify or prosecute. The defense would like to request that Miss Ollie take the stand.
Very well. The witness will take the stand.
Perhaps you could repeat your name and profession? Or perhaps you'd rather admit that you're a poor liar and a poorer loser?
Not. Name's Olga Arley. That's the truth. I'm a pro dealer. People call me Olga Quick Fingers Orly.
Debería hacerle pinche acento ruso.
Oh. Oh, really?
Want to know something else? I'm not really.
Ah, ya veo.
I'm not really Russian. And my last name sounds like oh really.
Oh, wow.
There, that's the truth. I hope you're satisfied.
Wow.
Witness, you will tell the court what you were really up to that night.
Fine, I'll talk. We had a plane, see?
Let me remind you that you are currently under oath. Any further fabrications will have serious consequences.
Fine. Like I said, I'm a pro. That guy, Smith, hired me to do what I do best. I was planning at the boys' football club several days prior to the night of the game. As a waitress.
So you were in cahoots with the victim.
Not that he needed my help. Smith is a well-known poker player in some circles. But winning wasn't the main purpose of this game. It was about destroying a legend, the unbeatable Phoenix Wright. The plan was simple, elegant, really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. I was to plan a coin in Wright's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When their hands were revealed, Smith will call him out and search Wright. He will then pull out the planning card and the trap will snap shut.
You swapped the cards.
Exposed as a cheater and losing on top of it, he will have made a great double play. Just like that, the legend will be dashed to pieces.
Indeed. Getting caught red-handed at cheating will cast doubt on all his prior wins.
A 7-year legend destroyed by one little card. That was the plan.
Was. Oh, really? Or really? I'll draw. Or really? I'll draw. But it appears you made quite a mistake.
A mistake?
A steak?
Mark, this is good news. We can finally be bees. I made a steak.
A steak?
Okay. I agree the trash was elegant. Yet, what happened to that planet card? Hey, that's right!
He's lucky, I'll give him that. You'd have to be to sleep free from a child played by Olga Quickfingers already.
Oh, oh really? Witness will be much cuter if it dispensed with the evil mastermind's stick.
Cute? Who wants to be cute? I'm not cute, I'm bad. You hear me? Bad!
When you're through being bad, perhaps you could testify to the court. Tell us about this trap and how it was sprung. Witness testimony. The best laid traps.
That night, I planned the cards like I was supposed to. And Ryan lost the last hand, just like he was supposed to. The speed share searched him, but the planet card was gone. The trap failed. The next moment, Wright picked up a bottle and swung it. It wasn't me who hit Smith. It was a no-good cheating defendant.
A surprisingly frank testimony that still leave us mostly in the dark.
The trap was perfect, I tell you. Perfect! If the rolling cheater hadn't messed up.
My bomba. Me voy a morir. Mi garganta. Deja voy por agua. ¿Cuánto tiempo llevo haciendo actuación? 1 hora, ya casi 2 horas. He perdido mi toque, antes podía ir más tiempo. Ay, mi voz. Claro. Deja pongo el pinche... ¿A este botón? Sí. Ya volví y traje un plátano para recuperar la voz. Quiero probar algo. Eso no. Me bombo. Deja, sigo comiendo el plátano y así recuperaré mi voz. Listo. Ok. Mi voz. Ya casi, ya casi recupero la voz. Ya al menos no me duele hablar. Al menos. Ok. Hablamos. Ok.
Ya había leído eso, ¿no?
Look who's talking!
Well, the testimony, for what it's worth, is all yours, Mr. Justice.
Witnesses like her. Who needs criminals? Defense like Mr. White. Who needs prosecutors?
The best laid traps. Bam, bam.
Halt! This planet card. Which card was it exactly? The trump card. The 5 of hearts.
Let me guess, Mr. White was to have switched a 5 with the ace to make a full house. At least, that's what you were going to accuse him of doing, thereby ruining his legend.
Was leading into Bride's pocket. When was this? Why, before the match. Why, before the match, of course, while he was eating. At the Boars ball club, Mr. Boars and suckers.
Remind me never to go there.
Of course, the guy was to make his grand debut during the game. Like a good borscht, a good plan must be cooked up early and allowed to thicken. Hold it!
So, everything went according to plan.
Exactly. The 5th dice came up, so it's obvious the switch went out without a hitch. Once the extra card was found in his pocket, Wright will be forever known as a cheat and a fraud.
There are worse things to be known as, I suppose.
Tell us what happened with the search.
Hold it!
The card disappeared?
Yeah. My trump card, the 5 of hearts. Gone! Without a trace. Poof, poof! Sippo!
Oh, come on. Oh, where's the letter?
Woo! Ah! We searched every nook and cranny, even inside his cute little hat. Mi bombo!
Right there.
But the card was nowhere to be found, is this correct? Never in my long story career. Never has Quick Fingers only been so readily duped.
What?
Oh really? So what did happen to the 5 of hearts?
Don't look at me. Why don't you have that seen a lying two-faced defendant?
So the 5 of hearts is still missing in action. ¿No será acá? 5 of hearts. Ese es un corazón allá. Allá abajo a la izquierda, en la esquina, se ve un corazón. No se puede ver un número, pero pues se ve un corazón. Bam, 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 bam. Aquí no hay mucho que.
Hold it!
Para nada no sé. Wow.
Wait, isn't that a little odd? What's that?
You searched Mr. Wright thoroughly and found nothing, which means he didn't cheat, which means he had no reason to strike the victim.
But, well...
Ooh. ¿Qué madres?
What was that just now? I sensed something.
Something wrong, Mr. Justice?
No, nothing, Your Honor.
What to do? Can I press her a little harder?
Mr. O'Reilly, you're hiding something!
What are you talking about? You... Me? Quick Fingers don't really hide something? Objection! The defense will refrain from baseless accusations.
I have no one question for the witness then. You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true?
Of course it's true. I did see it, honest. I saw it with Mr. White in him. With my own eyes, I saw it.
What's this weird vibe I'm getting?
That witness, for instance, Miss O'Reilly. She would do orally.
Puta. Ok. Ese Miguel Hidalgo que... ¿Cuál Miguel Hidalgo? El pendejo de acá. Winston.
Winston, como el de Overwatch. She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice? Touches her neck, was it? A la verga.
Whoa! What's going on? Sensation. It's coming into focus. Winston Hidalgo. Wow. There. That twitch. It's so clear. It's like I could perceive her having. Like I couldn't before.
Perceive?
Gotcha! Miss O'Reilly, perhaps you are unaware of this yourself.
Unaware of what?
Whenever you get to a certain part of your testimony, you touch the back of your neck with your left hand.
My neck? So what?
But indeed, Justice. Oh, I hadn't noticed anything of the sort.
When she says that part of the testimony, she's subconsciously recalling something. Her body reacts to the memory and she touches her neck. I'm sure of it.
A memory? Would someone care to explain what he's babbling about?
This is highly unusual. But let's ask the defense. You claim the witnesses remember something. Maybe you have evidence of this memory to show us.
I have it scratching her neck whenever she talks about the moment of the crime. So what will remind her most of the moment of the crime? Miss O'Reilly, whenever you call the crime that night, you scratch your neck. I notice it happens when you think about the moment of the crime. There must be some reason behind this habit of yours. I believe the weapon that left an erasable impression on your neck is this.
Pues weapon. ¿Cuál otra puta arma hay?
Take that! Whenever she talks about the moment of the crime, she touches her neck. And what reminds us more of that moment than this bottle, the murder weapon? But something doesn't fit. If you were only the witness to the crime, how would that make you touch your neck like you're in pain?
What's he talking about now?
It was Mr. Smith, the victim who was hit. Not you!
Objection! This is a cross-examination, not a cross-wild conjecture. The witnesses' habits are completely irrelevant.
Justice, I'll admit I'm a bit confused myself. This is certainly a unique cross-examination. I'll explain later. Just trust me, now's our only chance to break her. Miss O'Reilly, please testify in detail about the moment of the crime. The very moment. Ya volvió a eso.
Niet. I'm knowing nothing.
Oh wow. We know you're not Russian.
The witness will testify, please. Now.
Fine. He's the one who did it. I didn't let him out of my cell until the cops got there.
Eso es incorrecto. Incorrecto. Aquí dice que Phoenix fue al primer piso y llamó a la policía él mismo. O sea que él se fue antes que tú. A menos de que me esté equivocando. Pero bueno. Hold it! You seem uneasy.
You try standing up here.
Your eyes are dying all over the place. You must be getting warm. Tell me, after the crime, what was the defendant like?
Well, he must have been stunned by the weight of his crime. He sat in a daze at that table until the cops came.
Intriguing.
I believe you've gotten all the testimony you're going to get out of this witness. So what do you think about her testimony?
I'll tell you what I think. Her testimony is...
Fine.
It's basically bogus. It contradicts the evidence. What's that?
Well, show us this evidence, Mr. Justice. This evidence that you claim contradicts the testimony.
You didn't let him out of the oversign until the cops got there. I know there's some evidence that contradicts that.
Say that! Miss O'Reilly, we have a record here that clearly contradicts what she said. It states that the police were alerted by a report from the defendant. And we know that the defendant left the room, climbed the stairs, and made a phone call from the first floor of the basketball club. So, explain how you kept your eyes on the defendant when he left the room entirely.
A la madre. ¿Oh? ¿What? Ah, bueno, no importa, no me voy a poner atención.
The man who picked up a bottle and swung it at the night wasn't the defendant.
Wow, animaciones.
Showdown time. You dirty shit!
Shake his buckets now.
It's gone. The car's gone.
You lose.
Ah! Just then, Smith grabbed the bottle from next to Wright, and he hit me.
What the fuck?
he hit me.
¿Por qué?
You, some master, you turn out to be.
O lo que sea. When I came to...
The victim was already dead. Is that it?
That's why I couldn't reveal who I really was. If it came out that I was in league with Smith, I'd be a suspect for sure.
Well, where does this leave us?
Madness! This is madness! I'm dreaming! It must have been me who was with a bottle. I'm imagining all of this.
It appears the prosecution is at his wit's end. And frankly, I can't blame him. Mr. Gavin, what do you think about this turn of events?
Mr. Gavin? Sir? I believe that, as the defense in this case, we are compelled to call Miss O'Reilly a big fat liar.
What?
3 were in that room the night of the murder. The defendant, victim, and her. And she has a motive.
Motive?
Her blood foil. The witness got into an argument with the client, Mr. Smith. And the denouement of that argument was murder!
What? I'm no killer! It's a trap! Someone's trying to frame me!
What tangled webs we weave when we practice to deceive. So tangled we catch yourself in the process.
Mr. Wright?
It's just a hasty conclusion. It's not like you, Christopher Gavin. What are you saying? Wanna consider the other possibility? That there was another person in the room at the time of the murder.
Right, but Mr. White was saying before recess.
A single card was stabbed into the victim's hand after the murder. The one who saw the card didn't know 2 colors of cards were being used. A 4th person.
Objection! Ha! This theory again! Your 4th person doesn't exist!
Dice, ¿cuál es la comida favorita de Apolo? No sé. Justicia.
Ha! This theory, your 4th person doesn't exist!
Indeed. That's why I decided to bring this case to court. Here, where there's no escape and no chance for deception. The perfect place to catch a real criminal.
The real criminal?
And we're in luck. A clue to the real criminal's identity was kindly provided for us. And right at the beginning of the trial, no less.
What?
Apollo, perhaps you know what I'm talking about?
Sorry.
Remember what I said. The fourth person who solved the cards made one critical error. He or she wasn't considering the color of the backs of the cards. Right. But how could such an obvious mistake occur? The cards used for the last game were red. Yet, there's one person here in our court who thought those cards were blue. Yeah, other impression too. But why? Well, Apollo, think you can figure out who it was?
It's not me, I swear.
Who is this fourth person? Why do I always get put on this spot like this? Let's hear what the defense has to say. Who was it? Who thought the cards used in the final game were blue? Christoph Gavin.
Take that!
As I expected. Your eyes and ears are sharp as your hair. I was right? Christoph Gavin, you were the fourth person that night.
But of course Mr. Gavin knows the color of the cards.
How would he? As you can see, the photo of the crime scene is black and white. You can tell which of the cards are blue. The ones on the floor or the table.
But look! You can see the colors in this photo.
Yes, but when he said the cards were blue, it was well before this evidence came to light. It is true that the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim, yet it was only then, a game, in the purest sense, a competition, Your Honor.
A competition?
Yes, a test of wits, a silent clash of passions. Only the cards, their backs written in blue flame, know its final outcome. Well, Christoph? Mr. Gavin?
Mr. Gavin, is something the matter?
No, nothing. Excuse me, I was just so... It was just so... Son, right? You aren't seriously accusing me, are you? Oh... Ya veo por qué pidió que Apolo fuera el de este. Oh, Christoph? You know, even I never take a joke this far.
Objection! This has got beyond ridiculous, beyond dumb. This is insanity. The defendant accusing his only defense attorney of murder.
I assure you, I'm quite sane.
Well, what possible connection could Mr. Gavin have to the victim?
I wasn't aware that I had a connection to Mr. Smith either.
Yes, but Mr. Gavin and the victim have never even met.
Well, what if they have?
Huh?
There is a possibility, after all. They may have met that night before the game started.
What are you suggesting?
Is it the truth Mr. Wright was staying silent about? Only one thing to do.
Mr. Wright, the defense would like to request that you testify to the court.
Objection! The defense would like to request no such thing. Mr. Gavin, testimonies were related to the case. How could anything happening before that game of poker be related?
Oh! I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Gavin.
As I explained before, the defense believes that Miss O'Reilly.
Am I to assume you speak for Mr. Justice in this? He's the defense, not you. Mr. Justice, the matter of Mr. Wright's testimony is up to you.
Oh, okay.
Does the court, in your opinion, need to hear Mr. Wright's testimony?
So Mr. Wright's strategy. He was planning this all along. And I intend to see it through. The defense would like to request that Mr. Wright testify to the court. That too, Justice. You will betray me, your teacher? I'm sorry, Mr. Gavin. This isn't about loyalty. This is about the truth.
Very well. The defendant, Mr. Wright, will take the stand. Wait, please.
Witness testimony. Appetite before murder. That evening, Christopher and I had dinner. We sat at the table in this photograph. Shady Smith walked in 5 minutes after Christopher left. When the trap failed, Smith had hit the waitress. The girl was knocked out cold and Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. When I returned, he was dead. Blood streaming from a cut on his forehead. That's when I made another phone call. Defense attorney Gavin.
Mr. Gavin, you were at the Boys Ball Club the night of the murder?
I dealt with him rather frequently.
And he talked to the defendant on the phone directly after the murder.
Quite against my will. I had become involved in a murder. I thought I might be in need of a lawyer, so I called him. You were planning this all along, weren't you, right? Just because you wanted to drag me into your little murder trial. The only thing I want is the truth. As I did back then. And now. I thought my office was doing you a favor when we took on your defense. It appears that I was wrong.
Very well. The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Justice?
Sir!
He's lying. And you're going to expose him.
Understood, sir.
Mr. Gavin versus Mr. Wright. This can't end well. Why can't I have a normal trial?
Cross-examination!
Hold it!
You had dinner with Mr. Gavin? Yes, he dines with me at the Boys Ball Club quite frequently. We're enjoying our usual dinner at our usual spot. As usual. I always sit at the table closest to the piano.
I see. Or Mr. Smith was sitting.
So, the place and such on the table were from your dinner?
Indeed. Here I am, that's on my meal with Christoph. We dined for 2 hours, then Christoph left. After that...
Oh!
5 minutes? So, the two of them could have passed in the restaurant during that time? That would have been a faithful encounter, to be sure.
Objection! Oh, Mr. Wright, what was it you said? Christoph Gavin and Sherry Smith may have met.
I believe I did say that.
You was all nervous about this meeting, and now here they just pass in the hall?
That does seem a little weak as a pretext for murder.
Oh, it would be. If that were all that really happened. Come on, Mr. Ryan. What are you hiding this time? How about this failed trap? This is the same trap that Miss Olga really mentioned.
The plan was simple, elegant, really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. I was to plant a card in Wright's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When their hands were revealed, Smith will call him out and search Wright. He will then pull out the planning card and the trap will snap shut.
Oh, ¿qué me vas a decir? Que quien tenía que plantar la carta esa pinches Gavin.
Just swap the cards.
Just like that, the legend will be dashed to pieces.
Yes, a harmless prank in essence. It was by a quirk of fate that I happened to discover it.
Quirk?
I am to put my hand in my pocket and found a card.
The card she planted.
Yes, I snuck a peek at it and found it was the 5 of hearts. I had a feeling something might happen, so I disposed of the card. Before the game.
Disposed? Where?
There was an empty bottle of grape juice I had been drinking right beside me. I threw the card inside the bottle.
An empty bottle of grape juice? An empty bottle of grape juice? The murder weapon?
Yes, I rolled it up and shoved it in. The colored glass makes it hard to see.
A bottle of which between the deceiver and the will be deceived.
Mira. Este güey, este bonito güey, pues lo encontraron muerto después de un juego con el compa que está testificando o lo que sea, no recuerdo cómo se decía. Y pues
según decían, de que el compa perdió el juego de póker de aquí. Jugaron póker porque el compa es un compa que no ha sido derrotado en póker por 7 años supuestamente. Pero supuestamente perdió, se enojó, agarró esta botella y le pegó en toda la frente al güey. Es lo que decían. Y es lo que dice aquí la autopsia. Que la muerte fue causada por un putazo en la frente. Que como se ve aquí. Que lo hace parecer a Pincy Avatar. El güey de Avatar. La cosa es de que se ha revelado de que la pendeja esta, que era la que dio las cartas y que primero se estaba haciendo pasar por, ¿cómo se dice? Estaba haciendo pasar por una trabajadora cualquiera que del restaurante donde ellos estaban. Pero era una contratada para ganarle al compa que fue, ya sabes, por 7 años no fue derrotado, bla bla bla. Y le querían hacer una trampa, como se ha estado hablando todo este rato. La trampa falló. El compa se enojó. Él fue el que agarró la botella, supuestamente. Y le metió un putazo a la mija, no sé por qué. La hija se desmayó. El Phoenix el compa. Pues dijo que estaba loco este güey. Y se fue al primer piso del restaurante y llamó a la policía. Ya luego cuando pues todo volvió, supongo, el güey estaba muerto. Ahora, ¿quién lo mató? Supuestamente Christoph Gavin. Supuestamente están culpando. Supuestamente. Y pues sí, creo que eso es todo, ¿no? O sea, la trampa era de que hacía trampa y demás. No sé si ya me expliqué. Bueno, igual. Tengo que jugar en vez de explicar.
That sounds like terrific drama. I got inside the murder weapon. That's strange. The police missing in the investigation. Maybe I'll take a look.
No parece que haya nada. Bueno. ¿Tú lo estás defendiendo? Sí, yo soy el supuesto Apolo. ¡Oh, mi cuello! Por eso de por qué el juego se llama Apollo Justice. Ok, está en su puto nombre. Y pues yo lo estoy defendiendo. Entonces tienen acusado al compa. Y el compa está revelando que no fue él. Ay. Yo prendo la refri.
Mr. Wright, the poker head of Coro number 3 approves of this battle of wits. Please revise your testimony with this new information.
I discovered the trap during the game and disposed of the card in the bottle.
Oh, yes!
Why in the bottle? I perceived my opponent's intent immediately. I'm used to entrapment, you see.
Oh!
I knew what was coming.
Oh, so you struck first. I like that.
I know every trick in the book. It don't work on me. At least, when you get lucky and stick your hand in your pocket, they don't. You made a call to the police from the first floor in the restaurant, correct? Exactly.
Cell phones don't get a signal down in the hideout. Was anyone else on the first floor at that time? Not a soul. It was the middle of the night after all. So there, in the darkened restaurant, I called the cops. After making the call, I returned to the hideout. It didn't seem right to leave the injured waitress alone.
Increíble, hasta Santo se sorprende.
And when you returned, the victim was already... Then, yes. I'll admit I was a little startled when I walked in. Little? He was bleeding from his forehead, after all. I guess I'd be startled too, if I walked in on a scene like that.
Hold it!
Could you explain why you called me Sir Gavin? I'd obviously gotten involved in a rather sticky affair, and I figured Kristoff's law office will give me a fine rate for my defense fees. Glad to hear you intend to pay. Oh, I'll pay in full, Kristoff. It was I who got you involved, after all. You may find the price of your defense quite high, my good friend. Quite high. Is this the truth? This is what I was talking about? Justice, you know what you have to do. He's lying. Expose him. Now. Yes, sir. I have to think. What Mr. Wright tried to tell me with this testimony? He has to be in there somewhere. Pues lo único que puedo presentar es de que en la botella no hay nada. Objection! Mr. Wright, if I may. Yes. I've examined the bottle and I don't see any cotton here. No? What, Mr. Wright? Surely, isn't all you have to say for yourself? I can say that I know what happened to the card. I did put it in a bottle, however. Huh? Perhaps a fifth person came and took it out? Oh, and a sixth person could have helped. Mr. Gavin, Mr. Rice, you're crying! My apologies, Your Honor.
I won't have you disparage in our investigation either. We looked inside that bottle. There was nothing.
What's going on? Is Mr. Ryan hoodwinking us again? Or did the card just disappeared? In any case, please continue the cross-examination. I'm afraid decisive contradiction call for decisive evidence. Oh, push him hard, Justice. Break him. It's just you and the witness in the ring. Go for the KO. I get the feeling we're not on our client's side anymore.
Ah!
Now. La cosa es de que no encontraron la No encontraron la botella esa, tienen las huellas de Phoenix. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. It does? I don't see any. Sí.
Se escuchó cómo se rompió tu espalda.
Sí, siempre me pasa. What? Espera, I discovered the trap during the game and disposed of the cut in the bottle.
Dijo que no dijo antes del juego.
Hold it! Why in the bottle? I perceived my opponent intended immediately. I'm using trap. You see, I knew it was coming. So down. Puede ser. Vamos a hacer un rondan otra vez. Ajá. Ay, mi espalda. Ay, mi pinche pecho. Ah, evidencia tengo. Mejor di, ay, mi... Quizás. Voy a volver a leer aquí. Start at the table in this photograph. Ay, la aplazó por accidente. Bow, bow, bow. From a cut on his forehead. No, no creo que sea eso. Bow, 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 bow. Oh, puta madre, otra vez la aplasté por accidente. Bow, bow, bow. Bow, bow. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow. Desde este punto voy a... ¿A dónde guardo? Aquí. Bow, bow, bow. Dispose the card on in the bottle. Yo qué sé. ¿Esta? Ah. Aquí lo que me pregunto es de que dice que el compa Dice que el compa fue, el que perdió, pues se chingó a la morra con la botella, pero pues esta no tiene, supongo que las huellas del güey. Ay. Y vamos a regresar. Vamos a viajar en el tiempo. Es que ya no tengo ni idea. Aquí lo que pues me estaba matando es de que dice que descubrió, bueno, la trampa dice que lo descubrió durante el juego, pero la carta dijo que la había descubierto antes del juego.
Down, down, down. Bow, 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 bow. Supongo que estos pequeños largaduras me sirven para descansar la voz. Ah. A este punto voy a pasar por todo lo que ya no quiero estar. Y pinches atorado todo el rato. Siquiera es la misma línea. Tengo miedo de decir algo y que digas, ¿cómo va a hacer eso, Bolona? ¿Cómo voy a decir eso, Bolona? ¿Quién crees que soy? Ey. Sí, ya había puesto esto. Se me olvidó que que había hecho esto. Por eso te gusta. Hombre, por eso digo. No, por eso te gusta Miaul. Ok, por eso te gusta Miaul. Y creo que directamente ya no es en esa misma de esta. Buah. No, esto es amiable en esto. Hombre, tú. Obsesión. Pura obsesión, te digo. Obsesión pura, te digo. Down. Table in this photograph. Down, 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 down. ¿A quién se le ocurrió que el botón de pausa sea la G? ¿A quién, cabrón? Bam, bam, bam. No, pues no sé qué se supone que tienes que hacer. Tengo que encontrar una contradicción con la evidencia que tengo, que es todo esto de lo que dice el pendejo de aquí. Dice que en esa tarde, en una tarde en el restaurante, el que ahora están culpando y él tuvieron una cena, se sentaron en la mesa que está aquí, donde está, ya sabes, duró por 2 horas supuestamente la comida, y luego el compa el muerto, entró 5 minutos después. Luego dice que metió su mano en el bolsillo y encontró la carta que era la trampa, pero de que supuestamente encontró la carta antes del juego, pero aquí dice que descubrió la trampa durante el juego y pinches se chingó la carta en la botella mientras estaba el juego. Pero pues ya probé todas las putas evidencias, no puede haber nada más. Puede ser esta ya. Luego dice que el compa, pues por el hecho de que no estaba la carta, el muerto agarró la pinche botella, la cual no tiene sus huellas. Bueno, esta se dice, quién sabe dónde acabó la botella de verdad. Pero pues agarró la botella, le pegó un putazo a la morra, se pinches desmayó la morra, el muerto se descontroló y el compa salió del lugar para llamar a la policía. Fue al primer piso. Dice que no había nadie. No había nadie en el pinche restaurante. Y luego llamó a la policía. Y luego llamó a la policía. Cuando regresó al lugar donde estaba el muerto, pues vio que el güey estaba muerto cuando pues no había nadie más. Y dice que con un corte en su frente. Y ahí es cuando hizo una llamada al abogado que está intentando culpar. Pero pues a menos que espera. A ver. ¿Será? No creo. Es muy estúpido para ser verdad. Aunque bueno, esa es Attorney. Pero pues no, cabrón, no puede ser. Tienes que estar jodiéndome, loco. Tienes que estar jodiéndome. Decía que entró y lo vio muerto con el corte en su frente. Pero aquí podemos ver que aún tenía el pinche sombrero. Y que solo le levantaron el sombrero después de que la policía llegó. ¿Cómo putas? No, hombre. Bueno. Mr. Ryan, if I may.
Yes?
Take a look at this photograph of the crime scene. See the victim here? He's wearing a hat. I wouldn't think you could see blood on his forehead. Good point. Justice. Next time you point out an inconsistency, put a little more oomph into it.
Mr. Wright, can you explain this to the court?
I forgot to mention something. I was the one who put the hat on his head.
What? Eh? You put the hat on the dead man's head?
You wore it through our entire poker game. After calling the police, when I returned to the scene, his head was in full view. Shining bright, just like in this photograph.
And?
I picked his hat up off the floor and put it on his head. Why'd you do a thing like that? All I can say is, I'm sorry. But that's the only thing I touched at the crime scene. So, Miss Holly didn't see it? It being the victim's, his head. I think not. She was out cold. I believe I was the only one who witnessed his head. Here we go again. Mr. Gavin? Pardon. It just seems that our client is determined to lie his way through his case. Hey, he's still our client! Isn't he? I believe that's enough of that. Mr. Gavin? This witness's testimony is more like a travesty. It's riddled with lies. I'm beginning to see how you came to lose your attorney's badge 7 years ago. Well, you certainly have a unique way of treating your clients, Christoph. I never knew. I believe it was you who threw the first stone. Mr. Wright! If you intend to even ever tell the truth about this case, it's now or never! Tell me, Miss Lane. I haven't told a single lie here. Eh? When I noticed the trap, I put the card in the bottle to dispose of it. And when I put the hat on the victim's head, let's just say I had a reason for doing that as well.
Reason?
That reason is right here. Your cell phone? That night, recall that I spoke with defense attorney Gavin after calling the police. Just in case I recall our conversation. What's this? Now that we're all here, I see no reason why I shouldn't play it back for the court. Christoph, I seem to be in a bit of trouble. What's this? Game not going well? Don't like that. That gentleman challenged you. It turned out to be good? It turned out to be dead. Someone hit him. Hard. You mean someone cracked that flawless bone Sheena paid? It wasn't you, was it? Me? Please, the cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands. Did it come to that? Bone China plate. China. Bone China plate. A kind of porcelain, very smooth and shiny. Not plate, but paid. I believe it was referring to a certain gentleman's balding forehead.
The court appreciates the defendant's discretion in not indicating in my forehead.
Wait a second. Something's not right about that phone call. So, after Mr. Gavin ate dinner with you, you left the Boar's Ball Club? Most certainly. Then, and how did he know? When did he see this bone china plate?
Oh, that's right.
Yes. That was when I began to see my good friend in a different light. Trouble, I returned to the crime scene. And when I spotted Mr. Smith's head again, I realized exactly what was wrong. Well, Mr. Gavin, the stage has been set. Perhaps you would like to explain this to the court? Exactly how did you come by your privileged knowledge of the victim's head? So, this is your reason.
The reason why you put the victim's hand back on. Your point, Mr. Gavin? It's come down to this, has it? Phoenix, right?
Order! I will have order! Mr. Payne?
Yes, Your Honor.
I believe this court has been left with no other choice. Are you prepared to hear the defense attorney's Gavin's testimony?
Well, as a prosecutor,
Very well. We'll break for 10 minutes. After which Mr. Gavin will take the stand for a cross-examination. Are we all clear on that?
Crystal clear, Your Honor.
Very well. This will be the final recess for the day.
April 22, 22 p.m. Verga, ¿cuánto tiempo ha estado la pinche caso? Lleva 4 horas el caso.
And this record, defendant lobby number 3. Mr. Gavin, Mr. Ryder, both in the justice chamber. Who would have thought today? Who would have thought today would turn out like this?
¿Quién dice? ¿May I? Oh, sí, es la hija.
Huh? What? Ay, Dios.
Hello, sir. Please pick a card. Please, please pick a card.
What's this all about? Is this one okay?
Excellent. I have a message for you. The last hand is about to be played. You'll need a trump card to make it.
A trump card?
The card you have chosen is magical. Use it wisely, and the game is yours. That's all.
An ace. Where do I remember that card from?
Mr. Smith has 3 aces and Mr. Wright's 2. It is 5. No. Mr. Smith has 3 aces and Mr. Wright's 2. It is 5 aces in all. It is true. I have seen it. The 5th ace. There was cheating, I swear to you.
The missing 5th ace. Wait, this splash of red. Is this blood?
You have your trump card. Now it's up to you to detect and draw the truth. My father's fate is in your hands. I know you can do it.
This blood-stained card. My trump card for finding the truth? I fell deep into thought as my mind raced to understand what this all meant. That girl. I'd seen her recently. But where? That's when I made the connection. Bloody ace added to the call record. Received from a mysterious girl. Would this be the missing 5th ace? April 20, 2:45 p.m. This is call room number 2.
Me da risa que sí le hagan los ojos.
Antes, en el anterior juego no lo hacían, no ponían mucho detalle en las caras, incluso de los protas. Ok, deja investigar esta cosa. Obviamente está la sangre. A single drop of blood marks the front of the card. No hay nada más. Okay. Solo es eso. Okay.
Oh, when now reconvene. Defense Attorney Christoph Gavin, will you please take the stand? Now then, if you would, Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor. Will Mr. the witness state his name and occupation?
Is this far as necessary, Your Honor?
Believe me, far stranger things are gone on in this courtroom.
Fine, I'll play along.
First, there's one thing we need to have made clear. How did you know about the secret beneath the victim's hut?
By secret, I'm guessing he means the fact that Mr. Smith was bald. Forgive my curiosity, but what is it about this fellow's hand? Your Honor seems to have an inordinate interest in it.
Objection!
Objection! Oh wow, Phoenix. I wouldn't call it inordinate, Mr. Gavin. But, Mr. Wright! What do you think you're doing, What do you think you're doing, right? Wow, things sure look different from the other side. You know what I mean, Apollo? Speaking of looking from the other side, let's consider something for a second. The victim wore that hat all night, never once taking it off, except for that one time. That one time, being the instant he was hit. Oh! When Mr. Wright returned from reporting the crime, the hat was lying on the floor. Mr. Wright picked it up and placed it on the victim's head. In other words, in order to have seen Mr. Smith's bald head. Bald head? You would bald! Calvo! You would have to have been there in the hideout at the time of the crime. In other words, I must be the real killer. Is what you're trying to say. Not bad, Apollo. Mr. Gavin, I'm afraid that I haven't been entirely honest with the court. What? Oh, I assure you, I had the noblest of intentions. I did it all to protect my client, Mr. Wright. Yet, I'm afraid in the current situation I see little reason to hide anything. Very well. Allow me to tell you the truth of what happened that night.
Finally, you may begin your testimony. Tell us, how were you involved in the events of that fateful night?
Witness testimony. The rage I sensed in that night troubled me, so I returned to the club. The rage I sensed in that man, como se supone que se vieron como una pasada, ¿no? I went down to the basement and peeked in through the little window to the hideout. It must have been right after the murder took place. ¡Ay, Dios! ¡Hay tres personas viéndome! The victim was dead as he appears in the photo. A bald head, an unconscious girl, and Wright, holding a bottle in his hand. I said that was not the best place for me to be at the time, and so I left. That's where the call came from, right?
So, you witnessed the murder?
For better or worse, I missed the actual moment of the death.
Mr. Gavin, may I remind you that you are Mr. Wright's defense team. Your testimony is clearly disadvantageous to your client.
What else could I say? I'm standing on the witness stand, after all. So you are, Mr. Gavin. And you have to testify as you just did. You have to tell them you saw the scene of the crime through that little window. Mr. Wright? You had to say that. Because that was the only probable window of opportunity. Right, Apollo? Oh.
Mr. Wright, the defense should do this cross-examination, not the defendant. Mr. Justice, are you prepared?
Yes, Your Honor. I can't believe I'm going up against Mr. Gavin. This trial is getting weirder and weirder.
Cross-examination.
Dun, 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 dun.
Hold it!
That man! You mean Mr. Smith? He was different from the other customers. His aura, shall we say. I knew he was a serious poker player, but he was more than that.
So then, you knew the true nature of your client's job?
Of course, but I also knew he was engaged in gambling, which would be illegal. Well, it makes sense that you know. They were friends after all. Worried for my friend, I returned to the club. You see, I feared this Mr. Smith might be someone coming to settle an old score.
I see. What happened then?
Ay, me quería dar aquí. The little window. You mean the one used to keep watch up the stairs? Yes, a relic of the ancient past. The black marketers used it, I believe. Why did you go through the trouble of peeking in through the window? Wouldn't it have been easier just to open the door and go into the room? I didn't want to upset Ryan, you see. Upset Mr. Wright? Yes. What if my fear had been unfounded? I'll be walking in under match. Bad form, to say the least. So far, everything he's saying makes sense. How do you know it was right after the murder? Really, no need to shout, Justice. I was just getting to that point in my testimony. Ah, there he is. The coolest defense in the West. We know and love. Even when you're standing up there on the witness stand, something never changed. I was afraid you changed too, right? But you haven't. You want that overbearing personality of yours. Friends like these are his enemies. By photo, you mean the second photograph of the crime scene? Precisely. You see, he wasn't wearing his hat then. I saw his head when he was dead. And then Mr. Wright came along and replaced his head.
Can you describe the scene of the crime for us?
Hold it! Those were the only three at the scene of the crime? Yes, as far as I saw at least.
Then we're back where we started. The killer was the defendant, Phoenix Wright! Who else could it have been? But how did you talk to the police?
2 reasons. First, I didn't actually witness the very moment of the crime. Second, my office was asked to defend Wright. Even after seeing what I had seen, I couldn't abandon my friend.
Objection! There must have been someone else out there at the moment of the crime!
Justice, I just said I saw no one. Not a soul.
But that goes against what Mr. Wright said!
Ah yes, this mysterious fourth person. Who will conveniently be the real killer, I suppose. Glad to see we agree, Mr. Gavin. Let me pose a question, then. Tell me, what possible reason did the real killer have to swap the cars? Swap cars in the victim's hand? Perhaps you can show us a reason why such a thing will be necessary. How can I show something? I can find myself. Remember, Apollo, the car that was swapped out was the fifth ace. The fifth ace. Right.
Well, Mr. Justice,
Ah! Mi bomba!
like that. The question of why the killer was swapped out a car has been raised. Can you point to a reason?
¿Será la sangre? ¿Será el único hecho de que tiene sangre la carta? ¿Del por qué cambió la de esta? Qué raro que una sola gota cayó en la puta carta, ¿sabes? Y no en ningún otro lugar. No, yo qué sé. A ver, vamos a intentarlo. It's now or never. The defense would like to present evidence to the court. Evidence showing the reason why a car was swapped out.
Then go ahead and point out your reason, Mr. Justice. Why did the killer take the fifth ace?
Take that! My reason is... this!
Is that an ace?
Why? It's got blood on it! Right next to the spade!
What?
This is insane! But wasn't I told about this? Why?
Could this be? Could this be the missing fifth ace?
Inconceivable! How could you? What are you doing with that card? Well, that's the thing. Why is Mr. Gavin so upset? Just a fishy card from some fishy girl. Oh, that card? It's mine. That is, I picked it up at the boat club that night after the murder had occurred. I give it to my daughter. Cards are stock and trade after all. Objection! No! Impossible! Unacceptable! The court can't accept this evidence. It's a fraud! A fraud? How can you be so sure? What? I would think the only person who could claim it was a fraud will be the one who took the real car from the crime scene. The real killer! Allow me to elaborate. What if this trace of blood was the reason?
The reason for?
For the killer to take the car from the scene of the crime.
Where are you going with this?
Take another look at the photo. and at the victim's head. At the moment of the crime, his head fell to the floor, and a trickle of blood ran from his forehead down to the back of his head.
¡Ah, puta!
Couldn't a drop of that blood have fallen on one of those cards? I suppose. The killer then took the card to hide the blood. Objection! Regardless, that evidence is non-permissible. Oh? Right. Regardless of how you wasted the last 7 years, you used to be a lawyer. You know what a serious crime it is to conceal evidence. Oh, we can discuss the finding points of our legal system later. What's important now is that I've answered your question. What are you talking about? You wanted to know why the killer would have taken a car from the crime scene. And now I've told you that one drop of blood will have been decisive evidence, you see? Objection! This is baseless conjecture! Baseless! Objection! Oh, Pose. Oh, I assure you it's quite based. Based on what? What? It's amazing, really, how a single drop of blood on a single car can lead us to the truth. It's quite simple. Well, Apollo? Yes? Try picturing the scene of the crime. In your head. ¡Oh! ¡Oh! ¡Qué bueno los gráficos! ¡Sí! ¡Calidad 4K! No sé cómo era el diálogo, las lyrics completas, ¿sabes? Esa cosa. Espera. Okay. The murder took place in the hideout. Espera, tengo que verificar algo. Pinche es. Ok, voy a pensar que sí. The murder took place in the hideout. Hey, putas, sirve. Ahí está. The body of the luckless victim was found at the poker table. And before the killer swapped the card out, there was a single card with a drop of blood on it in the victim's hand. La mano de la víctima? Given this, there is one decisive problem with this scene. Well, what is it? Let's keep it simple, shall we? Given that there was a drop of blood on a card, whose position in this diagram doesn't fit? The victims? The killers? The witnesses? The second witnesses? Whose position doesn't fit with the bloody card? Pause. O sea, lo obvio sería pensar en esto, ¿no? En el 2. Pero... bueno, vamos a ir con el 2. Take that! The second witness's position is a problem. The second witness? That will be Mr. Gavin, yes? The second witness's position is far less problematic than yours right now, Justice. Or perhaps perilous is a better word. I cannot see what the blood-stained car has to do with the second witness's location. I'm afraid you're more than in peril of a penalty this time. Your Honor! One more chance, please! I suppose. Do think it over, Mr. Justice. Take that! Well, isn't it the victim's position that's the problem? I don't follow your logic here, Mr. Justice. Well, look, the victim was struck on the head, sending him back in his chair. You think any blood will fall behind the body, not onto the table in front of him? Oh! Take a look at the photo again. If you blend in this position, the blood will fall on the floor, not on the cards. Why, that's right. So, what does this mean? Incidentally, we were sitting in swivel chairs. Swivel chairs? Oh man. Apollo, try turning this chair around. The chair was facing the other way? It won't have to be.
Ah, ¿qué me vas a decir que el pendejo de Gavin se estaba escondiendo?
The chair was facing away from the table. No puto leí lo que... espera. So, we have to assume that at the time of the murder, the victim's chair was facing away from the table. Mr. Roger turned from informing the police. Which way was the chair facing? When he came back to the room, the body was facing as seen in this photo. That will mean the killer turned the chair back around. Let's take the next step. Look at the diagram once more. We know now the victim was facing away from the table at the time of the murder, but this creates another significant contradiction.
¿Again?
Let's set your reasoning skills again, shall we? Voy a guardar porque no me quedan pinches nada. Apollo, whose location on this diagram contradicts our new understanding of the crime? The victims, the killers, the witnesses, the second witnesses? Whose location creates a contradiction? Me imagino que esto. What doesn't make sense? It's the second witness. You mean to say I don't make sense? Oh, no, of course you do, sir. As I thought. Help. Ok, voy a volver a cargar. Oh, claro, el killer. El de DVD.
Take that!
The victim was struck from the front, correct? Indeed. Well, wouldn't it be hard for the killer to hit him from the front? Seeing where his indicator currently is? I would think it'd be quite hard, yes.
Objection! Yes, but what you say makes no sense. Why would the victim suddenly turn to face the wall in the middle of a game?
I believe a sufficient reason will soon come to light.
What?
There's something in this diagram that makes far less sense, actually. Look again at the diagram. Apollo, if the victim was struck while he was sitting as shown here, where would his assailants be standing? Try marking it on the diagram.
What? But...
No reason to put a mark where the kill should be. Don't worry. Let's think it through and see what we find. We know the victim was facing toward the wall at the time of the crime. That's the only thing we know for sure. Try to forget about everything else. Where would the killer have to be standing to strike a victim from the front? Was aquí?
Take that!
Killer had to be standing, well, here!
Objection! You get points for flair, but that's about all you get.
I thought I was onto something there too.
I hardly need to point out that standing there will be impossible. The victim is facing a solid cupboard. Or are you claiming the killer climbed the cupboard and hit him from above?
It's simple logic, really. If this was the only place the killer could have been standing, then that means that at the very moment of the crime... Wait! I know! At the moment of the crime, the cupboard wasn't there!
What's this now?
I mean, that's the only explanation. Right, Mr. Gavin?
Your Honor, I have a suggestion for the defense.
We should arrange to examine the cupboard in the hideout. Immediately!
Bailiff, set a team to the crime scene immediately. I'll then try to move the cupboard.
Your Honor?
What?
There's one more thing your men should look for. Let's give this to the bailiff.
Yes, I see. You do belong in the courtroom after all, Mr. Wright.
I do my best. So let's forge ahead here while we wait. Look at the diagram once again. It's been changed. If the killer was standing right here at the time of the crime, then this cupboard wasn't. then this cupboard wasn't here, which means, Apollo, try to move the cupboard. Thank you. As you can see, the cupboard was the problem. At the time of the murder, it has to have been shown as here. Now everything is in place to reconstruct the moment of the crime. Oh my! What's this? What was this?
What is it now?
Look at the diagram of the crime scene once more. It appears we found yet another contradiction. What I believe it to be the final contradiction. In fact. Huh? Oh, dang! Notice something, Apollo? Our line of deduction is rapidly approaching its logical conclusion.
Now then, Mr. Justice, please point to the new contradiction indicator. Is it the victim, the killer, the witness, the second witness? Which indicator in this diagram contradicts what we know about the crime?
Okay, so.
Say that!
About this cupboard. Are we all okay with assuming it was moved? Sure, why not? Well, if it was, something really doesn't fit. The cupboard will completely cover up the window to the stairs. Oh! That's right! Someone standing outside wouldn't be able to see in. Someone like Mr. Gavin! What? What did you say? Oh? Is the coolest defensive voice losing his cool? Don't expect me to play along with your little game, right? It's only a game until someone gets killed, Mr. Gavin. And someone was, while the window to that room was blocked by a cupboard. So, Mr. Gavin, perhaps you'd like to explain to the court. Exactly, where did you witness the crime scene from?
Excuse me, Your Honor. Order! This is a court of law, and now we'll have order. We just now received help from an investigative team at the Boys Ball Club. They've examined the cupboard in the hideout, Your Honor. Oh? And what did they find?
Well, Your Honor,
it turns out there is a secret passage behind it, mi bombo. What?
Ah, yes. I believe I mentioned something of the sort before. This is one of the tricks to the room many of our regulars know about. I do remember him saying something about that, now that he mentioned it. Yo no recuerdo. A secret passage is a handy thing to have when you're engaged in illegal goings-ons. You're goings-on. Never know when you might need to duck away from the eyes of the law. So the room has a secret passage. Where does it go? The other side connects to the restaurant above. The other will be bosses could get away from the cops. The joy I call ball of boards, no doubt. Just like a killer. You see where our line of simple deductive reasoning has led us, Apollo? I see it. I don't believe it. That girl wasn't kidding when she said I needed this trump card for the last hand. At the time of the murder, the window was blocked and the victim's head was only off his head for the few minutes between Mr. Smith's murder and Mr. Wright's return from calling the cops. In other words, the only place anyone could have seen the victim's bald head was from inside the hideout. Well, Mr. Gavin, come on, say something.
Dare I ask what really happened that night?
Actually, I think we can probably figure it out ourselves at this point. That night, for whatever reason, our killer had a date with Mr. Smith. A date with destiny. There he crouched, hidden in the secret passage behind the cupboard, holding his breath, waiting for just the right moment. Then the chance came, and he took it!
Ah! Why did you do that? When he had get help. Miss Olga O'Reilly was out cold, struck by Mr. Smith. But his time was soon to come. Mr. Wright went upstairs to call the cops, leaving Mr. Shady Smith alone in the hideout with the unconscious dealer. Then our killer stepped down from the secret passage and into the hideout. The victim must have heard the cupboard sliding aside. He wheeled his chair around to look. And after the deed was done, the criminal must have seen the blood on the card. He would have, of course, realized the need to destroy the evidence. That single spot of blood told the whole story of the crime. Too bad for him, he didn't linger any longer in the hideout that night. If he hadn't, he might have noticed the cards on the floor. And the fact that they were all red! Well, it seems this trial has taken yet another turn. I'm truly sorry I had to see this day come, Mr. Gavin. Mr. Gavin? Mr. Payne?
Yeah, yes, Your Honor?
The prosecution will continue its investigation. As for Mr. Phoenix Wright, the defendant, he is hereby clear of all suspicion. Believe me when I say that I don't believe this is happening, Mr. Gavin. But I'm afraid circumstances call for me to issue a warrant for your arrest. Immediately. Objection!
Oh, no need to apologize. I'd rather enjoy myself. It's not every day you get to witness a legendary attorney's dirty taxes firsthand. Your point, Mr. Gavin? Frankly, Your Honor, I'm shocked that a person of your caliber will be taken in by such a low-grade politic.
Excuse me?
The defendant is clear of all suspicion. This is hardly the time for jokes, Your Honor. Mr. Wright hasn't proven anyone's guilt or innocence here. What he has done is use illegal evidence to put the blame on someone else. And not just anyone else, but me, his own defense attorney.
Illegal evidence?
Objection! Let me ask you, Mr. Gavin. Is there still any reason at present to suspend me of wrongdoing? Of course. This bottle, for instance.
The bottle of grape juice Mr. Wright was drinking.
How do you intend to explain away the fingerprints on the murder weapon? And not just any fingerprints. Am I right, Mr. Payne?
Actually, yes. The fingerprints on the bottle were, upside down.
I seem to recall this being an issue earlier. The court in this case demanded an explanation. I can think of only one reason why one why one would hold a bottle upside down, and that is to hit someone with the bottom of the bottle. Well, Your Honor. See how the codfish swims to the last. Well, Apollo.
Yes?
Your boss seems awfully concerned about this bottle, Seal. But I'm sure you can come up with a suitable explanation. Just like that.
Yeah. Just like what? Would anyone grab a bottle upside down other than not to...
Don't let it trick you into thinking this explanation is the only legitimate one.
Is there really another?
Take another look at the court record. I'll let you find a simple answer there, in plain sight.
How about you just say the answer in plain words?
It will be hasty to deliver a verdict with unanswered questions, indeed.
Well, Mr. Justice,
Sir Kami said that the court in this case demanded an explanation.
Deja guardo. Porque no tengo ni idea.
Don't worry. Justice won't leave until justice is done.
Perhaps the defense will care to enlighten the court. What evidence do you have to explain why the fingerprints on the bottle are upside down?
Si presento la botella, no creo que gane nada. O sea, una forma de por qué, una razón de por qué alguien agarraría la botella de al revés sería, pues obviamente para usarla como un arma. Segundo, sería para quizás sacar algo de adentro, que supongo que sería la carta. Pero ¿qué evidencia puedo usar para eso? No puedo, puedo usar la carta, pero esta no sería la de 5 de corazones, la cual no tengo evidencia. O sea, ¿qué más puedo pensar? Ahí está la botella, sí. ¿Qué más puedo decir de que tenía una de las botellas aquí o habrá sido reemplazada? Está del lado del otro güey, del muerto. ¿Será esto? De que como está del otro lado, la tuvo que agarrar de al revés. ¿Será esto? ¡Take that! Supongo que no.
Now seems like the perfect time for a penalty.
What do you expect? I have no idea how to explain it.
You think too hard, Apollo. The answer's right in front of you. Just reach down and pick it up.
Bueno.
I'll try picturing a situation in which one might grab a bottle upside down. Perhaps the defense will care to rely on the court.
No puedo. Bueno. Voy a poner la carta. Ok. Ok, vamos otra vez. Realmente será la puta botella. O sea, sería demasiado obvio. Tan obvio que no creo que lo harían, ¿sabes? Ajá, ok, sí. Uy, ya va a guardar otra vez. Formas, razones. ¿Qué había sido lo que dijo que había agarrado el finish en toda la pinche? Había sido el sombrero. ¿Será realmente la foto? Porque pues la tienes que agarrar al revés. Bueno, no. No. ¿Qué será la razón? Aún no estoy con el pensamiento del... ¿Cómo se dice? De que agarrarla del otro lado. También podría pensar de porque cuando la vas a agarrar... Cuando la vas a agarrar, pues está en el piso. No sé si... Pero pues no. El puta, no, le di lo equivocado. Oh, entonces sí. ¿Quién putas agarra la botella así? It's actually easier to show you and explain, Your Honor. Place a bottle on the floor, next to your chair.
Excuse me? On the floor?
Yes. Now reach down and pick it up. Without getting out of your chair. Ah! See? You naturally go to pick up the bottle by its neck. With your fingers! Upside down! Look at this photograph taken on the night of the murder. The defendant, Mr. Wright, sat here, playing piano, bottles of grape juice on the floor to his side of his piano bench. He would have naturally picked up the bottles upside down several times.
Wow! I can't believe it was that simple.
We colored dinner that evening, Christoph. I was drinking my usual juice then, too. Basically, you used the bottle on the table to do the deed. But then you must have remembered. So you went and picked up one of the bottles from under the piano. And you switched the bottles. You took one of Mr. Wright's bottles and made it look like the murder weapon. Huh? You took one of Mr. Wright's bottles and made it look like the murder weapon. Estaba fijándome en algo.
Order! 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 What do you have to say to these charges, Mr. Gavin?
Fascinating. So this is the legendary attorney's famed tactic of misdirection.
What?
You claim that I switched the bottle. Where is your proof?
Proof?
Well, that's... Debería putas. Bueno, ya. As I thought, more baseless conjecture. I'm afraid your bottle of proof is quite empty.
Objection!
I wouldn't be so sure about that. Your Honor, when you initiated the investigation of the hideout earlier, do you recall I requested an additional investigation?
Ah, yes. I have your memo about that here. Retrieve the bottles from under the piano at the Ball Club. And here's one of the bottles in question.
What? Are you going to do that for fingerprints too? I would be surprised if anywhere on that bottle is. Mr. Garimpola wouldn't make such an obvious mistake, true. That bottle won't bear a trace of anything. Say, Apollo.
Yes!
Why don't you go ahead and examine that bottle?
Why?
Just humor me. It's alright. That bottle will solve this case once and for all.
What?
Some bottle. Oh, mi bombo que hay aquí.
There's something inside the bottle.
What's this?
That card. It can't be.
Recall that unpleasant woman's testimony for a moment. Miss Olga O'Reilly? Yes, our little swindle debauchka.
That night I planted the car like I was supposed to. And Ryan lost the last hand, just like he was supposed to. The Smiths searched him, but the planted car was gone. The trap failed.
Wait, this isn't... You're telling me that this is the planted car you disposed of? The one you mentioned in this piece of testimony? I happened to put my hand in my pocket and found a card. Yes, I snuck a peek at it and found it was the 5 of hearts. I had a feeling something might happen, so I disposed of the card. Before the game.
Disposed? Where?
There was an empty bottle of grape juice I had been drinking right beside me. I threw the card inside the bottle. The 5 of hearts. This is the card! The bottles were swapped. And the only one who could have done that was the 4th person in the club that night. You, Mr. Christoph Gavin! La madre, está temblando todo. ¡Oh! ¡Oh! Esos poderes que fichis. Y esos poderes telequinéticos. Así se dice. No. That is all. Is this your idea of revenge, Phoenix, right?
Revenge?
Revenge for the events that took away your attorney's back 7 years ago! My past is like my logic, straight and true. Nothing changed. All I did was point the finger of justice in the proper direction. Fine. I'm glad we could have this little tete-a-tete. No sé cómo se dice eso. Right?
This is insane! What about me? Did I get to prosecute anyone?
I believe this time we finally come to the end of our trial. Mr. Payne, do you have a report to us for us on Christoph Gavin?
He's admitted everything. We're prosecuting his arrest now.
I see. Still, one has to wonder why you would do such a thing. He didn't even have a connection to the victim, did he?
None that we know of.
Mr. Wright, have you anything to add? I'm afraid I can't shed any more light on the matter. About this victim, Mr. Shady Smith. His occupation was listed as traveler, an odd profession to be sure, and that's all we know about him.
I don't wish a follow-up investigation, Your Honor.
Good. Mr. Wright? Yes? 7 years, and you still haven't lost your touch. Christoph Gavin was a man with much significance for me, both as a friend and a lawyer. He was extremely talented, to be sure. I needed 2 things before I could confront him. The first was a place where no injustice would be tolerated. This courtroom. The second was a man who would tolerate no injustice. In other words, a defense attorney. You, Apollo.
Me?
This is a dark time for our legal system. A twisting of justice brought on by our very own initial trial system. We have to set it right.
Mr. Wright.
Our work lies ahead of us, and I, for one, am looking forward to it. Well, this seems like a good time to announce a verdict. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright, not guilty. Court is adjourned. April 24. ¡Wow! My bombo, 6 horas de puro juicio. April 24, 28 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3. Thanks, Apollo. You came through, just like I thought you would. Pretty sure I didn't do a thing in there. It was you who cornered Mr. Gaff, the killer. I couldn't have done it by myself. You sensed it too today, didn't you? Your ability. Ability? Yes, and sensitivity I lack. You'll come to understand it soon enough. Wait, I wonder if he means... I have one question for the witness then. You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true?
Of course it's true.
What's this weird vibe I'm getting? What was that, Mr. Wright? You'll have to find the answer to that question yourself. Answer? Right. The day was full of questions without answers. Most of them about Mr. Gavin.
What possible reason could he have had to commit murder? Perhaps you'll learn that in the days to come. Huh? Wait, you don't know? You don't know, do you? This locket is the key. Huh? Oh, that reminds me. I met the girl whose picture is in your locket. Your daughter, right? That's right. She's my daughter. You know, you were right about this locket. Huh? I took this off his neck the night he died. But it looks like our dear Russian scam artist saw me. But the truth is, this locket really did belong to him. Wait! But that's perjury! Yeah, wait! But that's perjury! You testified! You said that locket was yours! I said no such thing, actually. Huh? I merely said that it was a locket with my daughter's picture inside. A subtle distinction, but a distinction nonetheless. And it's the truth. Wait, but then... Why? Why was the victim wearing a locket with a picture of your daughter inside it? Sometimes the straightest path to the truth isn't the best one. Give it time. You're still just getting started with your career. Speaking of which, I may be out of job. I work at Gavin Law Office after all. I still can't believe I just saw Mr. Cameron get a letter in handcuffs. Apollo. Yes? How about coming to work for me? Eh? You mean at the Brown & Cola offices? I mean, there's not a single Tony in my generation that doesn't know it. I can't imagine that to be true, but... Wait, didn't you... You're not a... Oh, I turned in my badge, yes. I'm not a Tony anymore. An incident 7 years ago. A legendary trial. And at the middle of it all was one man. Phoenix Wright. The case reached its sad conclusion, and he left law for good. Have you ever thought about coming back to the courts? I'm not qualified to stand in a court of law, I'm afraid. Didn't you notice in today's trial? There was a single piece of forged evidence. Forged evidence? What are you talking about? I'm talking about evidence that shouldn't have existed. An anonymous Jason streak. One piece of evidence struck me as solid, it's true. It just seemed, well, too perfect. I bet this was forged evidence. Take that! You mean this, don't you? I got this for your daughter, Mr. Wright. Yes, that card couldn't have been found at the crime scene. Why? Because the killer took it with him when he left, leaving the wrong card in its place. Luckily for us. The court can accept this evidence. It's a fraud. A fraud? How can you be so sure? I would think the only person who could claim it was a fraud would be the one who took the real crime from the crime scene. The real killer!
Ay, se mojaron los gráficos.
My birthday was already handed down 7 years ago. Then, you really... Yes, I forged this card. One look at the crime scene should have told you it wasn't real. But you can't do something like that and call yourself an attorney! Who's calling themselves an attorney, Apollo? So it's true. The rumor is true. 7 years ago. None of that matters much now, does it? Yeah. I punched him. It's your story from here on out, Apollo. Perhaps I can help you turn the next page. My office's address. Drop in if you like. It's right. Oh, about your uppercut. Try yelling, "Take that!" next time. I find it packs a little more punch. And Apollo, thanks for today. I had a good time. And with that, Mr. Wright walked out of the door. Walk out the door. And that's how my first trial ended. A lot of mysteries went unsolved. And at the At the time, I had no idea they were all related. Every mystery that day, connected by a single thread of logic. I find that out soon enough. My name is Apollo Justice, Attorney at Law, and this is how my story begins. End. Un solo end. Ahora pues un fin. Save your current progress. Yay. Talking about Trump. Continue on to the next episode. No. Ya. Ahí lo dejo. Supongo que después será el episodio 2. Oh, wow, está MSK ahí. Bueno. Hasta ahí. Hasta ahí lo dejo. Voy a intentar hacer... Intentar hacer un episodio por stream. Porque putas, ¿cuánto duró? Duró 3 minutazos. No, 3 minutazos. Casi 4 horas. Pero... hasta ahí. Hasta ahí lo dejo. Debería de quitar el pinche este... Ah, puta. Ahí está. Hasta ahí. Ay, me equivoqué. Este no. Es este. Ahí está. Me equivoqué, botón. ¿Ahora es? Sí, aún. Ok. Post listo. Así lo dejo. Nos vemos otro día. Mañana no creo poder, al menos streamear este juego. Probablemente pueda hacer un ruleteo cortito. Pero pues sí. Hasta ahí. Nos vemos. Pues, si se puede mañana. Adiosito. Adiós.